Lansing's only sports station. The Game, 7:30.
Let's play.
Hello, thank you, good evening, and welcome to high school football. Here on The Game, 7:30 a.m. WVFN and the Lansing Sports Network. It's week number 4 of the season, and it's brought to you by Dowding Industries and by the Lansing Sports Commission. I'm Brock Palmbos, and glad you're joining us here tonight. We got a big one tonight in the CAAC Blue. It's the Rams of Holt at 2-1 on the season at the Comets of Grand Ledge. Also 2-1 on the season after their loss last week to East Lansing, which you heard here on The Game, 7:30 a.m. We'll talk about this big game and the Jack Rarick Memorial Trophy, which goes to the winner of the Holt Grand Ledge game. We'll talk about it a lot with my guests in the pregame show. First, my interview with Holt veteran coach Chad Fulp, then my interview with the Grand Ledge coach Joe Bry, and then my two-part interview with Brian Calloway, the prep sports editor of the Lansing State Journal. But now it's time for another edition of This Week in High School Sports with John Ross.
4 decades calling high school sports on the radio, and more kids than ever are playing high school sports. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. For the last 40 years, listeners to Sheboygan football games on WCBY have heard the same voice.
Mike Grisdale tonight, a very sunny evening here at Western Avenue.
Mike Grisdale has been on the air calling games for Sheboygan since 1985, and on Friday, September 13th, Sheboygan named its press box after Grisdale. In addition to football, he's called nearly 1,000 Sheboygan basketball games as well. And the game he called after having the press box named for him turned out to be quite a thriller. Elk Rapids took a 23-0 lead over Sheboygan before the Chiefs scored 30 straight points to win.
And that'll do it. Chiefs come back from 23 down, and they are going nuts on the near sideline.
Adam Burry, a little bit of spirit there to him. Awesome. Great for these guys.
Final score, Sheboygan 30. Elk Rapids 23. The Chiefs go 2-1.
That comes courtesy of WCBY. Nate King is Grisdale's broadcast partner. Subscribers to the NFHS Network can also hear Grisdale's call of Sheboygan games. Just go to NFHSnetwork.com. And for more on Grisdale's story, please check out MHSAA.com. It's time for Game Balls, when we highlight a trio of standout performances from the past week. First, Manchester's Jesse Sangster. He scored 4 times in a 5-1 win over Leslie and is now the all-time leading soccer scorer at Manchester with 94 career goals. Big Rapids tennis player Ari Ziska, he won his 103rd individual match against Vicksburg, making him the school's all-time leader. And at Union City's Gracie Phelps. She had 86 assists, 11 kills, and 36 digs during the Charger Classic, helping lead Union City to a tournament title.
Have a recent high school grad? They could qualify for a tuition-free skills certificate or associate degree through the new Community College Guarantee, no matter their GPA or your household income. Or if your child plans to attend a 4-year university or career school, the Michigan Achievement Scholarship Program has them covered. They could get up to $27,500 toward a bachelor's degree or up to $4,000 for career training. Complete the FAFSA to get started at mi.gov/achievement.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with registered official Paige Winnie.
In volleyball, a libero is a defensive player who plays in the back row. It's a fairly new position as it was introduced in 1998, and the libero plays by some unique rules. The libero wears a different color jersey from the rest of the team, so they are easily identifiable. Only one libero can be designated for each set of a match. The libero can serve, but cannot perform an overhead set in the front of the attack line or complete an attack if the ball is above the net. The libero is never allowed to rotate to the front line. The libero is the first line of defense, often passing to the setter and covering open spaces. The libero can be replaced without restriction, but in the event of an injury, can only be replaced by the player the libero originally replaced.
Thanks, Paige. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, please go to the MHSAA website now to register. Participation in Michigan high school sports continues to rank among the best in the nation, despite declining student enrollment. That's according to the annual participation study by the National Federation of State High School Associations. Overall, Michigan ranks 8th nationally with nearly 290,000 total participants. The total counts students for each sport played, meaning students who are multiple sport athletes are counted more than once. This outpaces Michigan's national rank in high school-aged population, which is 10th. Nationwide, participation topped 8 million for the first time ever. For the boys' sports, Michigan ranks 7th overall, with boys bowling leading the nation in participation. Skiing is 3rd, boys golf and ice hockey are both 4th. On the girls' side, Michigan ranks 8th overall, with bowling, skiing, golf, and tennis all coming in 3rd for their respective sports. More than 35,000 students in Michigan play football. That's the most of all sports in the state. For more on participation, including the benefits of playing multiple sports, please visit MHSAA.com. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross. We'll be back next week.
The Game, 7:30 a.m. WVFN.
Joining us once again on the pregame show, the 10th-year head coach for the Rams of Holt High School. He's Coach Chad Falk. Coach, thanks so much for coming on once again.
Yeah, thanks for having us again.
Well, after a tough loss to Mason in week number 1, 26-7, your team has rebounded in non-conference play, a win in week 2, and then a win last week at home against Flint Carman Ainsworth, 31-12. What's been the turnaround in the last couple of weeks to get you to a winning record?
I think it was the same thing that happens pretty much every year, when you got a new bunch of kids and they get those pregame jitters. But when you're playing a good team like Mason and you get some first-game jitters like we did, it doesn't go so well for you. They were able to bounce back against Swartz Creek and Flint Carman Ainsworth and really kind of pull it together. So I think that was the biggest thing, is just kind of getting used to that crowd again and just settling down and playing football.
Coach, LaDon Hatcher has turned out to be your starting running back, and he's had a very good start to the season, including last week against Flint Carman Ainsworth, 140 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. Turned out to be, one of your main guys, as well as Michael Amory, who's number one of your seniors. But LaDon Hatcher turned out to be your starting running back.
Yeah, and both those guys are only juniors. So, Amory, we're going to have back another year, too.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm looking at it wrong. Yeah, Amory's a junior, not a senior. My bad. Go on.
Yeah. No worries. But, they're both so gifted athletically that, we just got to get the ball in either one of their hands the best we can. Mike got a little bumped up in practice on Wednesday, so we're not sure if he's going to be available for us or if he's going to be out for an extended amount of time. But hopefully we'll be able to get him back and get him back in there, because he and LaDon have been a great 1-2 punch. So we'll have to figure out where to get the rest of that offense from, but I'm sure some other guys will step up and respond.
Jasavion Taylor has had some good moments as well during his career at Holt High School. Your quarterback, Ethan Melville, struggled a little bit in week number 1. There were a couple of long throws in the second half against Mason that, had they been completed, it would have been closer. It certainly would have been closer than 26-7. How has he improved from week 1 to now coming up week 4?
Yeah, he was one of those guys. It was his first time starting at quarterback since 8th grade. And going out there with all the hoopla of a first game against Mason, radio, TV, and all that stuff that goes with it, the jitters kind of got to him that first half. But once he settled down, he did pretty well. And, he was one of those guys that picked it up last week and the week before. Really, once he got settled down and was able to just play, I think he did a pretty good job. So I expect him to play pretty well. It's going on from here on out. He's only going to get better. He asks all the right questions in film. He stays after every day to make himself better. And I think by the end of his career next year, he's going to be another guy that's going to be fun to watch.
Speaking with Chad Falk, the 10th-year head coach for the Rams of Holt High School, 2-1 on the season. How's the defense improved from week number 1? And I thought they played pretty well considering against Mason.
Yeah, luckily, Sean Carmody, our defensive coordinator, he's been terrific for us. You know, a couple of years when we think we lose everybody, he turns around and pulls a pretty strong defense. And just when we think we're going to struggle there, he's able to pull them together. And this seems to be another group that's just like that. Now, we took some bumps against Swartz Creek and lost a couple linemen there, and now we're getting the injury bug with some skill guys. But, you know, it's one of those things, the bend don't break defense, and, you know, the kids are kind of embracing it and flying around and making tackles. And, you know, against Grand Ledge, they're offensively, they're so good. You got to be able to be firm there. And we've been lucky to be able to try to control them the last few years, and last year was a little different, but 2 years ago when they were just magical, I mean, we were able to stop them a little bit. So with our program being so familiar with one another, we expect this to be a pretty close game.
Yes, let's talk about those Comets of Grand Ledge. This Holt Grand Ledge rivalry is one of the best in this Lansing area, the two largest schools enrollment-wise in the mid-Michigan area, and now, and this is a good thing, a trophy game, the Jack Rarick Memorial Trophy. Jack Rarick was a former assistant at both Grand Ledge and Holt, the late Jack Rarick, and now it's called the Jack Trophy. It goes to the winner of this game. So this game obviously matters even without the trophy, but it's extra special with the trophy, isn't it?
It is. You know, Jack is, along with Don Green and Mike Smith, were absolutely humongous influences on my career. And making me who I am. And, you know, having a trophy like this where you can just remember him and his name goes on in both communities, he meant so much. I remember a time where both our teams were running the exact same offense with the exact same calls, and it was because Jack is the one who basically taught Matt Bird and I all the line plays, you know, and so it was he was such a huge influence on this rivalry that it's just fitting to have that. You know, and a lot of people don't know that the inside of that trophy is a lot of notes that former players, friends have written about Jack so that in the future people will know exactly who he is. So it's a pretty special trophy. It means a lot to me and, you know, I think both communities.
Yeah, let's talk about the Comets as a team. You know about the sophomore running back Anthony Baker, over 100 yards last week, but Preston Bonet was all over the field. He had a pick six in the game, had a touchdown reception. He was just all over the place. Their player of the game against an outstanding East Lansing squad. How are you going to try to contain those two kids? You know,
it's going to be tough, but you know, if we can just play and read our keys and on defense, and you know, you can't. You know you're not going to be able to stop them both, but if you can take away one of them and try to let the other one try to beat you with everybody else, you know, it's just tough to stop them. I'll be honest. You got to figure out a way and hope your guys can step up to the challenge that night. You know, we every guy knows what their job is, and if we can get everybody to do just their job and not worry about if their teammate's going to do theirs. And try to overcompensate. I think we give ourselves a chance, but if we start panicking a little bit, starting to do our other guy's job, we're going to struggle. Other than what you just said, what are one or two keys for a big road win over Grand Ledge? You know, in this rivalry over the last, however many years I've been a part of it, it's really come down to turnovers. The team that can force the most turnovers, that's usually who can win this. It's usually so neck and neck all the way through. I remember the 9-7 games, the 95 when it's 3-0. It's usually coming down to less than a touchdown. So it's really coming down to turnovers. Whoever takes care of the ball, that's who's going to win. He's the 10th-year head coach for the Rams of Holt High School. He's Coach Chad Folk. Coach, thanks so much for coming on. Best of luck against Grand Ledge. Thank you very much. And you're listening to your trusted source for high school sports coverage. The game, 7:30 a.m., WVFN and the Lansing Sports Network. Brought to you by Dowding Industries and the Lansing Sports Commission.
WVFN.
Joining us once again here on the pregame show, Dowding Industries presentation of high school football. Also brought to you by the Lansing Sports Commission, the 6th-year head coach for the Comets of Grand Ledge High School. He's Coach Joe Bry. Coach, thanks so much for coming on for the second week in a row.
Thank you very much.
First, let's start with the serious stuff. With 3 minutes to go in the third quarter, James Blue, junior player for East Lansing, was injured on a squib kick after you guys had scored late in the third quarter. We heard earlier this week, Tim Stout heard earlier this week that James Blue, a junior, is going to be okay. It delayed the game for about 25 minutes. we're all thankful for that. But one of your players was the one that delivered the hit. It was a clean hit, but, it was a, tough football hit. I'm talking about Lavelle James Simpson, junior tight end and defensive back, number 21. He was knocked woozy on the play and had to be helped off the field. Is he going to be okay?
Yes, he was fine. He just got the wind knocked out of him. He was cleared to go back in the game.
Okay, that's very good to hear. You never like to see, somebody get, stretchered off, boarded up and stretchered off like James Blue did. And, we heard earlier this week that he's going to be okay. Thankful that Mr. Jones-Simpson is going to be okay. Well, as far as last week goes, you had some good moments. I mean, Preston Bonet was our player of the game. He was absolutely sensational. Had a 90-yard or so pick six. He made plays all over the place, offensively and defensively. Man, I was impressed with him despite the loss. Talk about how important he is. And, man, I mean, was that his best high school game? Because I thought he was just sensational.
Yeah, he was outstanding for us. Playmaker on both sides of the football. Just did a great job for us. Really got us off to a great start, obviously, with the pick six there. Just an outstanding player. He's going to be a great player for us here the rest of the way. And, he's somebody that, I'm really looking forward to seeing what he does at the next level because he's just an elite athlete and competitor.
One of the other players that's going to be big time for you, not only this season, but in the coming years, is your sophomore running back, Anthony Baker. 116 tough yards against a very good East Lansing team. He didn't have any really, long runs, but it was one of those games where it was 116 tough yards, and I think that could only be beneficial for him, later on, this season and in his career. Just talk about his performance and how good he was.
Yeah, Anthony did a great job, running hard. I think it's a great learning experience for him going up against a very tough and excellent defense in East Lansing. Great learning experience of trying to grind out, a game when you're not going to be able to necessarily always break, the 40s and 50-yard chunks. So he did a great job for us and continue to be physical there and get yards that were available.
However, it was a struggle. You did have a number of penalties in the game. I believe it was 9 in the game, and you also had 4 turnovers. Looking back at the game, I'm sure you've seen. Well, you can't say the film or videotape, but looking back at the game, I'm sure you've watched at least portions of it, if not all of it. What are some? What are the mistakes that happened? Or were they correctable? What was it?
Yeah, definitely correctable mistakes. Obviously. The turnovers and penalties I thought were one of, if not the big key difference maker in the game. And so we went back and we looked at the film, as you mentioned, and, those are things that, we continue to work on in practice and try to correct for going forward. But proud of our kids, continue to battle. Just obviously can't have that many mistakes against an outstanding team like East Lansing. And
one more question about East Lansing. I mean, Jace Clarizio, we all know he's going to Michigan State, all-state candidate, 230 yards rushing. He got knocked out of the game a couple of times due to injury and then came back and made some long runs. I mean, sometimes when teams lose, a lot of times says, it's stuff that we did wrong. Well, sometimes the other team or the other team just has a guy that maybe is just really, really good and is responsible. Wasn't that the case with Jace Clarizio? We've seen him run the last couple of years, and, man, he made some big-time plays.
Oh, absolutely. He's definitely a Division I, Big Ten caliber player. We knew that going into the game. I thought early on in the game we did a nice job of, holding him to 10 and under runs, 10 yards and under. But as the game went on, we got out of our pursuit angles and made some mistakes defensively, and you can't do that against an outstanding running back like Jace. He's going to be able to break a big one, and sure enough, he did that in the second half.
All right, let's talk about your opponents here tonight. The Rams of Holt. This is for the Jack Rarick Memorial Trophy, the Jack Trophy. So a big-time game, 2 of the largest schools, at least in terms of enrollment in the mid-Michigan area. Holt, after losing in the opener to Mason, they've rallied with a couple of wins, including last week against Flint Carman Ainsworth. LaDon Hatcher, 140 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns in that contest. You know all about Holt. This is your big rival. Talk about the Holt Rams and their rebound, I guess you could say.
Right, obviously a huge rivalry game for us. Holt's obviously off to a great start, very explosive at the running back position. And so kind of a similar game planning for us from a defensive standpoint. Obviously, we need to be able to contain their running backs and limit the explosive plays.
Joe Bry, the sixth-year head coach for the Comets of Grand Ledge High School. This is a big ball game. Every home game at Grand Ledge is a huge game. Other than what you just mentioned, what are one or two keys for a big Grand Ledge home win over Holt and to retain the Jack Rarick Memorial Trophy?
Well, I think that over the last, not only this year, but over the last couple of years, Holt's defense has done an outstanding job of forcing turnovers. And so our offense key for us will be to obviously take care of the football better than we did against East Lansing. And I think we made some big plays last week, special teams-wise. I look for our special teams hopefully to continue on that track. And then finally, we need to be more physical up front. We did not do a very good job last week on the offensive defensive lines, especially in the second half. So that'll be a key to the game, who dominates the trenches.
He's the sixth-year head coach for the Comets of Grand Ledge High School. He's Coach Joe Bry. Coach, thanks so much for coming on. Best of luck against Holt tonight.
Thank you.
And you're listening to your trusted source for high school sports coverage, the game 730 AM WVFN and the Lansing Sports Network, brought to you by Dowding Industries and the Lansing Sports Commission.
Lansing Sports Leader, the game 730 AM.
Joining us once again here on the pregame show, brought to you by Dowding Industries and the Lansing Sports Commission. He's the prep sports editor of the Lansing State Journal. He's Brian Calloway. Brian, we were at the both of us were at the Grand Ledge East Lansing game. Before we get to anything, I wanted to let you know, in case you hadn't heard, that the junior player for East Lansing, James Blue, who was injured in the Grand Ledge game late in the third quarter. Tim Stout was told earlier this week that James Blue is okay, and he is expected to make a full recovery, as well as the Grand Ledge player that was injured, Lavelle Jones-Simpson. I was told that he's going to be okay by head coach Joe Bry. So that's very good news. But, hey, kudos to East Lansing and their staff for taking all the necessary precautions on a pretty crunching hit there late in the third quarter.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And, it was a kind of a scary moment because you didn't know exactly the well-being of both of those kids. But, it's good to know that both of them were going to be okay. And I remember asking Coach Bill Ferracco about that after the game. And he was talking about, just precautionary, they did what they did for precautionary reasons, and he thought that he was going to be okay then. So it's good to hear that both of them are going to be okay.
All right, as far as the game itself, Jace Clarizio got bottled up for portions of the game. He also left the game a couple of times due to cramping and some injuries, and he's battled injuries throughout his career. But, man, when he got in there in the second half, it was the Jace Clarizio show. Over 200 yards rushing and 3 big touchdowns. He is just fast, and, his speed can just overwhelm most teams, especially in this area.
No, yeah, definitely. And, Coach Bill Ferracco hit it right on the head, nail right on the head when he was just talking about how special he is. And just, he only needs a little crease. And once he can find that crease, he can make things happen. And, I think the 78-yard touchdown run that he broke open there in the fourth quarter that really broke things open was just kind of a sign of maybe just how special he is and his ability, his vision and his ability to find creases and to find the openings to be able to make a big run like that to break a game open. So, that's why you have to give a kid like that touches and give him the ball, even if he is getting bottled up for portions of the game, because he showed that, there's only one, he only needs one play and one opening, and he can break things open and make a big play and change the game around. And that's what he did.
Yeah, he certainly did, and they took advantage of 4 turnovers by Grand Ledge to get the big win. Also in the CAAC Blue, Everett just keeps winning. They're undefeated. They're off to a terrific start this season. They crushed Okemos. Najai Davidson is having a terrific season so far, but he's getting some help. I know they played Okemos, who isn't very good, but, Everett, we knew they'd be pretty good this season, and they're showing it.
No, yeah, they've really built off of what they did last year, and that last year was the first time they'd qualified for the playoffs in quite some time, and they won 5 games before falling to East Lansing in the first round of the playoffs. But now, they're already at 3-0, have a game against Waverly. That's a winnable game this week for them as well, too. So, they're in a very strong position as they get ready to enter the meat of their schedule here.
On to the CAAC Red. Mason rebounded from the loss to DeWitt. Big road win at Williamston. Case and Carswell, 3 more touchdowns. Not surprised that Mason won this game, but I am surprised to see Williamston at 0-3. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's just uncommon to see that program winless after 3 weeks in the season because they've been so consistently good under Steve Kirsten over the years. So, to see them at 0-3 right now is a surprise.
Moving on into the CAAC White, Portland, big win over Ionia. They were down by a couple of touchdowns early on in the game, and then Dominic Devara, Chris Batley and company took over in the second half. Just a tremendous comeback win. Ionia's a better team. Don't get me wrong. They're a better team. But I think Portland's like one of the 3 best teams in the area, and they needed to show it on the road at a pretty good Ionia team. That's a heck of a win for them, don't you think?
Yeah, those were the last 2 teams in the CAAC White that were unbeaten on the season and hadn't suffered a league loss. So there's a big response by Portland in the second half to take control of that game after being down by a couple of scores.
On into the CMAC, and it's looking like it's going to be a collision course again. Fowler and Pewamo Westphalia, both are undefeated. Both had blowout wins last week. Jacob Halfman's having a great year for Fowler. And Pewamo Westphalia, Brayton Thalen, 4 touchdowns against Langsburg. These are by far the 2 best teams in the CMAC. And can't wait for that matchup's coming up in another week or 2.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. And, Jacob Hoffman, 3 interceptions in the opening quarter, which, looking through up some things, looks like it tied the MHSAA record for interceptions by someone in a quarter as well, too. So that was a pretty big performance that he had in that win that they had over Perry.
Yeah, and as far as Pewamo Westphalia, Brayton Thalen, 4 touchdowns. I mean, they just, the cream has risen to the top early on in the CMAC.
Yeah, both of those teams have been pretty dominant with the wins that they've had so far through league schedule, and I believe week 6 is when they play, so it's looking like you said, a collision course to that matchup.
Yep, moving on, Leslie, Joel Cranmore, 12 for 14 passing. Not too many passes, but 359 yards and 5 touchdowns, and also ran for 3 scores as well in a blowout victory over Vandercook Lake. Leslie, they made my top 10 area teams this week, and Joel Cranmore is the reason why. I got to see this kid play. It sounds like he's really, really good.
Yeah, I mean, through 3 games, he's like at 940 passing yards or something like that. So he's already closing in on 1,000 yards, but his 3-game totals would be a good season for a lot of quarterbacks in the area. But, yeah, the passing attack for Leslie has been impressive as they get set to enter Cascades play.
Yeah, and as far as 8-man football goes, a great win for Portland St. Pat's, going up to Mount Pleasant and knocking off Mount Pleasant Sacred Heart 56-49, and another blowout victory for Morris, which sets up the tilt that we're going to talk about in the next segment. Morris at Portland St. Pat's. Once again, the 2 best 8-man teams in this area, Morris and St. Pat's. Your thoughts on those 2 teams?
Yeah, and don't count out Fulton, too. They've been a pretty good 8-man team as well, too. And
That's true.
They are also they're still unbeaten as well, too. And all 3 of those teams are in the same league, so there's going to be some collisions between the 3 of them in the weeks to come, obviously starting this week with Portland St. Patrick and Morris meeting each other. But Portland St. Patrick going on the road to get the big win over Mount Pleasant Sacred Heart was just huge the way that they did that. They scored the final 14 points of the game. Got a 20-yard touchdown run in the fourth quarter to pick up a win. And Mount Pleasant Sacred Heart's been a pretty strong program over the years. So to get a win like that, especially with both of those teams being ranked in the top 5 of the coaches' rankings, very impressive for Portland St. Patrick.
Brady Leonard, 7 total touchdowns, almost 300 yards of total offense himself. Outstanding. All right, we've recapped week number 3. We'll preview week number 4 coming up in our next segment with Brian Calloway, the prep sports editor of the Lansing State Journal. Here on the game, 7:30 a.m. WVFN and the Lansing Sports Network. Brought to you by Dowding Industries and the Lansing Sports Commission.
Lansing's only sports station, the game, 7:30.
Let's play.
Back for one more segment with Brian Calloway, the prep sports editor of the Lansing State Journal. All right, Brian, week number 4. We'll start with DeWitt hosting Hurricane High School of West Virginia. DeWitt needed an opponent, and man, they went to West Virginia to find one. We understand Hurricane West Virginia is an outstanding program, but we know DeWitt's an outstanding program, and they've got Elliot Larner, who's arguably the player of the year so far in the Lansing area. He's been sensational. I'm taking DeWitt at home just because they're at home, but man, the scoreboard is going to be lighting up, I have a feeling. I got a high-scoring game. What do you think?
Yeah, and DeWitt has played a lot of high-scoring games in the first 3 weeks, first 3 weeks of the season, especially that season opener against Hazlitt. And this Hurricane program has a lot of talent. They produce some D1 athletes as well too. And I also went with DeWitt just for the fact that they're playing at home. But I believe that it's going to be a good game, and there's going to be a lot of talent on the field.
Moving on, in the CAAC Blue, Everett is at Waverly tonight. Waverly off to a slow start. It's been a struggle for them the last few years, but Everett looking really, really good. I got Everett big in this one, even though it's on the road. I really like Everett, and I can't wait to see them in person.
Yeah, Everett has played well early. I also think that they pick up their second CAAC Blue win and get to 2-0 in the league, so I am going with the Vikings.
On to the CAAC Red. Big game here for Mason as they go to one of their rivals, Hazlitt. It is going to be a road game. I got Mason in this one. I think it's going to be close, but I'm picking Mason largely because of Carswell.
Yeah, these two teams have played a lot of tight games over the years. It's always been a good game when they've met. Hazlitt is actually the last team that has beat Mason and CAAC Red play. So I do think this is going to be a good game as well, too. I think Mason finds a way to eke it out on the road, but I could see it going either way.
Moving on, Lansing Sexton lost 7-0 to Olivet last week. They're 1-2 on the season. Both Sexton and Charlotte need wins if they want to get playoff eligible. Doesn't look like, they're not out of it. It's early in the conference schedule, but, more for playoff possibilities. This is a big game for both of these teams. How do you see it at Charlotte?
Yeah, it really is a big game for both of these teams who are, fighting to, try to get into the playoffs and also just kind of stay in the hunt in the CAAC White as well, too, because they both obviously have games against Portland looming as well, too. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go with Sexton in this one, but I could see this one being a tight game, just like some of the games that both of these teams have played so far in their league schedule. Portland is at Lakewood. I got Portland big. How do you see that? Yeah, Lakewood has been improved this year under first-year coach Tim Swore, but I've got Portland winning this one. Okay. All right. It should be a big crowd out there at Alumni Field at Lakewood High School. All right, on to the CMAC. Fowler is at Bath, PW at Dansville. Dansville's struggling again this season. They've got the air now that Okemos has won. They've got the longest active losing streak in the Lansing area. They've lost 13 in a row. They've got a first-year coach in Wayne Dismuke who comes over from Eaton Rapids, but been a struggle for them. And now they got to play Powama Westphalia, who's been great so far. Yeah, Powama Westphalia has been great. I think, I see PW, I think Fowler. Like we said in the last segment, these programs are kind of on a collision course to meet each other, and I believe both of them will pick up wins. Potterville is at Langsburg. Potterville's been competitive this season. They've done a nice job. The main thing is they're playing a full 11-man schedule, and they're playing in a difficult league in the CMAC. Potterville at Langsburg, how do you see that? Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Langsburg in this one. Langsburg is obviously a team that lost a lot from last year's team that made the playoffs. They did get a win over Perry a couple of weeks ago. I think they're going to eke one out here over Potterville. Ovid Elsie trying to stay undefeated as well. They host Durand. Yeah, Ovid Elsie has been putting up some big numbers offensively so far this season. I think that they continue their success and pick up another win here. Speaking of continuing success, Leslie is at Michigan Center in the Cascades Conference. Does Joel Cranmore throw for over 300 yards and 5 touchdowns again? It seems like he's done it every week this season. Yeah, the last 2 weeks he's had over 300-yard performances, and the other week was like 200 and some yards, 240. I don't even remember what it is, but he's put up a lot of big numbers in the passing game so far this season, and I expect that to continue on. And remember, folks, Joel Cranmore is just a sophomore. Just a 10th grader. Absolutely amazing. All right, we referenced it in the last segment. Morris at Portland St. Pat's, the premier 8-man game, certainly in the area this season. They will play on Saturday night, 7 o'clock at Portland High School. This is a large game. Both these teams probably going to be in the playoffs, and probably this could be for the league championship. It's certainly the winner is going to stay undefeated. How do you see this one? I took St. Pat's because they're playing at home. How do you see it? Yeah, I also went with Portland St. Patrick based on the fact that they're at home, but obviously it's a game with large stakes. In Portland St. Patrick has some momentum after coming off a pretty big win as well, too. But I'm going to go with St. Patrick in this one.
Yep, that's exactly what I've got as well. And finally, the game you're going to hear right here on the game, 7:30 a.m. in just a few minutes. The battle for the Jack Rarick Memorial Trophy. Holt is at Grand Ledge. Grand Ledge won this game last year. They're coming off a tough loss to East Lansing, committed 4 turnovers, 9 penalties, and Jace Clarizio ran all over him in the second half. Holt, after a loss in week 1, they've rebounded with wins over Swartz Creek and Flint Carman Ainsworth. I got Grand Ledge, but I think this is going to be a close game like most of these games are between these two teams.
Yeah, rivalry game, trophy on the line. These games are typically close between these teams. I think Holt has improved this year as well, too. But I like Grand Ledge being at home. They're celebrating their Hall of Fame night. Where they're inducting Al Horford and some other big names like Pat O'Keefe into their athletic Hall of Fame as well, too. So I think Grand Ledge wins on a pretty special night for their community.
He's Brian Calloway, Prep Sports Editor of the Lansing State Journal. Well, thanks again for coming on. We'll talk to you next week when we review week number 4 and preview week 5. Thank you, sir.
Hey, thank you. Thanks for having me.
And you're listening to your trusted source for high school sports coverage, the game 7:30 a.m. WVFN and the Lansing Sports Network. Brought to you by Dowding Industries and the Lansing Sports Commission.
Lansing Sports Station, the game 7:30 a.m.
And a pleasant good evening and welcome to another edition of high school football. Here on the game 7:30 a.m. WVFN. Brought to you by Dowding Industries and the Lansing Sports Commission. Tonight we are at Grand Ledge High School for the battle for the Jack Rarick Memorial Trophy. It's the homestanding Comets of Grand Ledge at 2-1 on the season against the visiting Rams of Holt, also at 2-1. Good evening. I'm Brock Palmbos. Alongside me is Erik Doc Love. 2 largest schools in the area, in the mid-Michigan area. It's been that way for a number of years now. It's now a trophy game. These 2 teams, in an athletic sense, do not like each other, so we should have a heck of a ball game here tonight between these 2-1 teams that need a win for playoff positioning, really.
For playoff positioning and then for CAAC Blue as well. Grand Ledge has only played 1 conference ball game. This is the first of the year for the Holt Rams. And Coach Chad Fulk, they played 3 non-conference games to start their season, and the Rams have been on a win streak after losing week 1 against Mason.
Which we saw in week 1. They lost to Mason, what you heard here on the game 7:30 a.m., 26-7, but rallied a week 2 win over Swartz Creek. And then last week against Flint Carman Ainsworth at home, 31-12. LaDon Hatcher, 140 yards rushing and 2 big touchdowns.
This team has been reliant on the run, and LaDon Hatcher has been their best player. Now, we heard that he was injured earlier this week in practice, but he's going to suit up and play tonight.
He was suited up in practice, and he's going to go tonight.
That's going to be a big help for the Rams, too, because they'll struggle a little bit without LaDon Hatcher, their junior running back, who does a little bit of everything for them.
Unfortunately for them, you may have heard it in the pregame show, Michael Amory, number 1, one of their other juniors, saw him out here warming up. Well, he wasn't warming up because his right arm was in a sling, and he's not going to go tonight. He got hurt in practice this week, so he's not going to go. That takes away an important weapon for Coach Chad Falk.
Michael Amory does a little bit of everything as well for Coach Falk, offensively and defensively, a guy that plays on both sides of the ball. So the next man has to step up for him as they play in this big rivalry game against the Comets, who we saw last week, Brock.
As for the Comets, they're 2-1 on the season, 0-1 in the CAAC Blue. Lost to East Lansing last week, 38-21. 4 turnovers really hurt them, although they did have a 14-3 lead, and they got big performances from Preston Bonet. And even though Anthony Baker had 116 yards, they were a lot of tough yards. They weren't, the big 20 to 30-yard gains that Jace Clarizio had last week.
Yeah, he had 30 attempts to get those 116 yards, so it took, a lot more.
Not a great average.
Not a great average, no, but still, nevertheless, another 100-yard game. That's 3 straight of at least 100 yards here to begin the season for the sophomore fullback, the bell cow, Anthony Baker. Preston Bonet, you're right. Last week, 3 touchdowns, including 1 and roughly 90-yard interception return for a touchdown. And the Comets, they had things going, and the turnovers. 3 interceptions from the quarterback. Penalties. It kind of dogged them. You cannot win ball games on the road, turning the ball over that many times. It just doesn't happen that often.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you, in part, by Dowding Industries. Jeff and Chris Metz and Dowding Industries. Always interested in individuals that have the drive and desire to be successful in work and in life. Check them out at dowdingindustries.com. You may find a successful future here. And by Megan Zemer and her great staff at the Lansing Sports Commission. No matter the sport, the Lansing Sports Commission can make your next event your best event. Plan on something greater. Find out details at lansingsports.org. This isn't the only game around the mid-Michigan area tonight. This is week number 4. There was one game last night in 8-man football. Weberville lost at St. Charles 48-0. Weberville now 1-2 on the season. But one of the games of the week in the state of Michigan in 8-man football, tomorrow night at Portland High School, Morris 3-0 at Portland, St. Pat's 3-0. These are 8-man powers. Both have contended for state titles. Morris has actually won a state title previously. St. Pat's has been in the finals numerous times since transitioning to 8-man more than a decade ago.
Absolutely. It's a premier matchup in the mid-Michigan area. And like you said, even in basically the entire state when it comes to 8-man. You can throw some even 11-man, too, between the both of them. That's a big matchup.
Other games we're looking at tonight, again, that Morris St. Pat's game is tomorrow night at Portland. DeWitt hosting Hurricane High School of West Virginia. That should be an absolute wild game there. Everett looking to get to 4-0 on the season, playing at Waverly. East Lansing is at Okemos. Williamston 0-3 on the season. They're at Fowlerville tonight. One of the other big games, Mason is at Hazlitt. Your alma mater, St. John's, trying to get to 4-0 on the season. They're at Eastern tonight. Big ball game for Sexton and Charlotte. They're playing tonight at Charlotte High School. Lansing Catholic at Eaton Rapids. Portland coming off their big comeback win over Ionia. They're at Lakewood tonight. Ionia, by the way, is at Olivet. In the CMAC, Fowler at Bath. PW at Dansville. Potterville at Langsburg. Saranac at Perry. Oh, but Elsie trying to get to 4-0 on the season. Trice Token are off to a great start for them. Leslie, Joel Cranmore throwing for 1,000 yards, if not more than that. Seems like 1,000 yards a game. They're at Michigan Center trying to get to 4-0. At Stockbridge is hosting Springport, and Maple Valley is at Union City. And again, we'll do the best we can as far as updates via the Twitterverse. You hear the band? You can kind of hear the band through our microphones here. Grand Ledge, one of the best bands in the mid-Michigan area, if not the state. And you can hear the fans clapping along with them. Quickly, keys to this game, what do you think?
One, control your turnovers, especially the road team. It's always tougher. We just saw it, like we talked about it last week, Grand Ledge. You turn the ball over 4 times on the road, can't have that. So the Rams got to take care of the ball, can't have any of that. They got to control the ground game as well. If LaDon Hatcher's not 100%, somebody else has got to step up and play very well for them. For the Comets here at home, what is it? It's Hall of Fame night tonight?
Hall of Fame night tonight.
Got a big crowd here for them tonight, and I think it comes down to will Anthony Baker be able to have that big game like he had? Will the Rams be able to contain him out there? Will he be able to get 3-4 touchdowns like he's had in previous ball games and take care of the ball, man? It just really comes down to taking care of the ball.
And that comes down to quarterback Brady Williams, who really struggled last week against East Lansing.
And he had been very efficient the first 2 weeks as well.
Yep. So it's been a struggle for him. We'll see if they can rebound after that. All right, we'll take a timeout, and we'll come back. We'll have the opening kickoff of Holt at Grand Ledge after this timeout. Here on the game, 730 AM WVFN and the Lansing Sports Network, brought to you by Dowding Industries and the Lansing Sports Commission.
East Lansing, a town square media station. Lansing Sports Leader. The game, 730 AM.
Brock Palmbos, Erik Love back here at Grand Ledge. Community Field, they call it here. I think it deserves like a better name. Pat O'Keefe Field, something like that. You know what I mean?
That might be the baseball field. You never know.
Well, it's Gorman.
Oh, is it?
Can't change that.
Okay.
Charlie Gorman was the great baseball coach here at Grand Ledge before Coach O'Keefe.
Well, you're an alma mater. You would know that.
Huh?
You're an alma mater. You would know that, right?
You know what? Yeah, I would for a change. You're a St. John's alum. How happy are you? How positive are you with your school, St. John's, after struggles in recent years? They're 3-0 on the season under Coach Andy Schmidt.
It's nice to see it. They brought back a guy that took them to the state championship. The only time that St. John's has ever made it to a state championship in high school football was Andy Schmidt at quarterback.
Yeah,
so
20 years ago.
Yep.
My goodness.
Man, don't say that.
It was.
I know.
Last game ever at the Pontiac Silverdome.
It was. I was there.
Myself and my buddy Rich Kincaid.
I was there watching the game.
Broadcasted that game. Man, what a great ball game that was. They just ran into a better team in the second half. Lowell, who was quarterbacked by Keith Nickel.
Yeah.
And now it's time for our national anthem. the Grand Ledge High School Marching Band with our national anthem. Grand Ledge won the coin flip before we got on the air tonight, and they deferred. So Holt will they deferred to the second half, so Holt will get the ball to start quarter number 1. Grand Ledge in their home navy blue uniforms, gold numerals, blue helmets with the gold interlocking GL on each side of their helmets, and gold face masks. Holt Rams in their road white uniforms with brown numerals and gold trim in the helmets. Just think Los Angeles Rams.
Just different colors.
With the brown helmet and the gold ram horns. I was going to say ram's horn, but that's not correct. It's ram horns.
By the way, to put a pin in that about St. John's, I'm happy that they're finally playing well. It's been a long time since they've been a real competitive squad.
It's been a struggle.
And it's been a struggle, and maybe they actually have a chance to compete for a CAAC Red. It's been a long time for that conference.
You know what? And they play Mason later on here in the conference schedule, a game we may have to consider doing. We'll see.
We'll have to think about that one.
Yep.
It's been dominated. The Red has been by Mason recently.
Yep.
And then Hazlitt's had some good years, and Williamson's had some very good years.
Yes.
That's been the top of the cream of the crop for the Reds, so we'll see.
Grand Ledge going from left to right across your radio. Absolutely beautiful night again on the warm side. We have had great weather in the September. Next week it's going to be dry for the most part again, but a little bit cooler, a little bit more seasonal.
Which it should be.
But I ain't complaining.
Well, we discussed this last week.
Yeah.
I want it cold. I want a Veruca Salt, and I want it now. I want it cold. Or at least cooler. I want highs of 60.
In time.
That's going to go from 70 to 40, watch.
And then we'll be complaining that it's too cold. It's Michigan. This is what we do. All right, Caleb Aldrich, number 19, is going to be kicking off, going from left to right. Who's back deep there for Holt?
Jasavion Taylor, number 10.
Number 10, another guy to watch. Here's the kick. It is high. It is deep. Taylor takes it at his own 5. He fumbles the ball, picks it up at his 5. Goes right side out to the 10, and he's not going to get much further than that. He's taken down there, man. Number 10, Drew Westfall, a backup wide receiver, takes him down at the 10-yard line. So not good field position for the Holt Rams to start.
Didn't they have kickoff issues week 1 against Mason? Didn't they drop
fumbling.
a couple?
Yeah, fumbles.
They dropped some kickoffs then, too. So
Ethan Melville, junior quarterback, number 6, brings him up to the line of scrimmage. They're on the far hash mark. LaDon Hatcher behind him. I formation behind him. He's got a fullback in front of him.
It's Aaron Zuski.
Melville, handoff, left side, Hatcher. To the 10, not much further than that.
Nope, number 25.
Ashton Delaney, a sophomore linebacker, takes him down at the 9-yard line. Kind of hard to see everything because there's so many markings on this field. You know, they can play 5 sports on this field, turf field. Football, boys and girls soccer, boys and girls lacrosse.
Yep.
Which is a large reason why they went to field turf, so they could play multiple sports and save some money.
Also allows them to host other events.
Absolutely, and they do. State tournament games. Melville in the gun, 2nd and 11 from the 9-yard line. He's going to take it himself, goes around the right side, and he's going to be taken down at the 10-yard line. Number 44, A.J. Miller was there.
They say number 4, Brett Baker.
And Brett Baker was there as well. Not much of a gain there. They give him out over the 10. It's going to be 3rd down and 10. It says 3rd and 8, but
he picked up 2.
I guess it's closer to 8.
Hatcher lost 1, and then Melville picked up 2, roughly. So
3rd and a long 8, we'll call it, from their own 11-yard line. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Taking his time is Melville. Melville dropping to throw. Throws it out there. Nobody is there. Throws it out over the 30-yard line, but there was nobody there. Grand Ledge in a zone defense, and it just hits the ground harmlessly, and it's going to be 4th and punt time here for Holt. 3 and out on their first possession.
I don't know, a little miscommunication between him and the receivers or something. He did have somebody wide open in the middle of the field. That was number 80, Chase Boomershine Crum. He had sat down in the middle of the defense, right in that zone, but Melville threw it somewhere else.
Melville back to punt, standing in his own end zone. Preston Bonet standing at the Holt 47-yard line. High snap. He brings it down. Grand Ledge does get some pressure. It's a high punt taken by Bonet. Fair catch at the Holt 41-yard line. And this is where the bad field position for Holt's hurting him here. Grand Ledge has a short field on their opening possession. 10:13 to go in the first quarter. We are scoreless. Grand Ledge and Holt.
You never want to give your opponent the ability to start in your own territory.
30-yard punt, no return. Brady Williams, junior quarterback. He's got Anthony Baker behind him. Pistol formation, one wide receiver left, two to the right. Preston Bonet in motion. He gets the jet sweep handoff. Stutter step, shake and bake. Gets inside the 40 to the 37-yard line. That's that forward handoff. And it's going to be a gain of about, well, he's not going to get a good mark. They say the 38-yard line, gain of 3. 2nd down and 7, ball on the far hash mark. Grand Ledge again going from left to right.
They're going from east to west.
One of the few east-west fields in the mid-Michigan area. Williamston is one. I can't think of any other ones.
Williamston, one of the few that's not actually on the school campus.
Correct. Williams dropping to throw. Now he's going to scramble, and he's going to go forward. He gets inside the 35, and he's going to get the first down. That's a heck of an effort by Brady Williams. He was dropping back to throw, Doc. The defense converged on him, and he was able to get away from some contact and get himself a first down to the 28-yard line, gain of 10.
And there was a little bit of a spy on him, too. I don't know if it was an intentional spy or whatever, but I saw a corner was there watching the quarterback, Brady Williams, and he didn't really take off. I think he was just kind of guarding his area in that zone defense, and Brady Williams, like you said, broke a couple tackles and kept going and picked up first down.
Got just about all that yardage himself. 9 minutes to go, first quarter. Brock Palmbos, Erik Dokolov, glad you're joining us from Grand Ledge Community Stadium. Hold at Grand Ledge. Battle for the Jack Rarick Memorial Trophy. Pistol formation. Williams. Baker behind him. Baker, handoff, right side. 30, 25, inside the 20. Ooh, he gets tripped up at the 15-yard line by number 9. That's Aaron Zuski. Otherwise, Baker's got a touchdown.
Yep. 18 yards on that. No, excuse me. Not 18
down
yards.
to the 15-yard line, gain of 13.
Yes.
Ball on the right hash, the near hash from where we are. 1st and 10, Grand Ledge. 8:29 to go.
I'm surprised it took 3 plays for him to get a carry, honestly.
And it had not been for Zuski's ankle tackle, it'd have been a touchdown. Pistol formation again. Handoff right side, Baker. Inside the 15, inside the 10, inside the 5, touchdown. Touchdown, Grand Ledge. 15 yards, and Grand Ledge draws first blood.
All on the ground. No, one wasn't meant to be on the ground. That was just good play by the quarterback, Brady Williams, but there's Anthony Baker. Didn't get in the end zone last week against East Lansing, all those carries, but nevertheless, right back in this one.
Caleb Aldrich on to kick the extra point. 6-0 Grand Ledge. Cooper Parks, Jr., is the holder. Aldrich for the point. Good snap. Kick away. And it looks good, and it is good. Just inside the left upright. And with 8:10 to go in the first quarter, it's Grand Ledge 7. Holt, nothing. We'll keep this one right here, Doc, and tell you once again about our great sponsors. The Lansing Sports Commission. No matter the sport, the LSC, the Lansing Sports Commission, can make your next event your best event. Plan on something greater. Find out details at lansingsports.org. And by Jeff and Chris Metz and Doubting Industries. If you're wondering what your future holds and you're not going to college, you found out college just isn't for you, you know what? College isn't for everybody. It isn't. Check out the future that skilled trades can offer you. You'll be surprised. Check them out at doubtingindustries.com. And we thank Jeff and Chris Metz and their great staff for sponsoring us, not only tonight, but all season long. Not only during football season, but in basketball season, which will start the week after Thanksgiving. Aldrich, back to kick. Jasavion Taylor standing on his own 10-yard line. Here's Aldrich again. Here's the kick. It is high. It is deep. And it's going to bounce. It didn't go into the end zone. They got to pick it up. It's picked up by number 3. That is Jamel Island. And more bad field position for Holt. Holt, I think wisely thought it was going to bounce into the end zone and it would have been an automatic touchback. No, it bounced at the 1-yard line and stayed in play. And that's a live ball. They got to pick it up, and they did. So it's good that they keep possession, but once again, no field position at all. It's even worse on this possession.
And they're back at their 5 now. Well, they started at 10 on the first drive.
Yep. 1st and 10 from their own 5-yard line. 8:06 to go, first quarter. Grand Ledge up 7-0 on the Anthony Baker touchdown.
Hatcher not in the backfield is number 11.
Carl Flinton. Flinton gets the ball, goes right side. Not a whole heck of a lot there.
Well, he said 5, but I saw 11 back there.
Okay. Let's see where they marked the ball. There wasn't a whole heck of a lot there.
Yeah, Hatcher wasn't even out on the field for that play.
Gain of 1. 2nd down and 9. Second down and 9 from their own 6. 7:35 and counting, first quarter. Holt on the far hash mark. Melville under center. I formation behind him. Now he's going to roll left and throw. He's going to throw it high and deep and caught. Out over the 25, out over the 30, and out of bounds. Number 80, Chase Boomershine Crum. He beat the coverage. And now Holt is in a heck of a lot better shape after the gain of 32 yards to the 38-yard line.
What a throw, what a catch. It all worked out perfectly. Play action pass.
Decent coverage by Grand Ledge, just a better throw.
It did. The pass was right over the top of the defender. Tried to go up and knock it away, but the pass was just so great. And those are tough catches, man. Over the shoulder like that.
At the high school level especially.
Boomershine Crum, tip of a cap on a nice catch.
I formation behind Melville. Flinton, the fullback. Hatcher, the tailback. Hatcher gets the ball to the 39-yard line and no further. Taken down by number 15, Gabe Lopez and company. He's going to get a good mark out to the 40-yard line, so a gain of 2. That's a huge first down, Doc.
You were on your own 5, then you picked up 1, so you're down to your 6. I mean, nice little play action pass gets you from beyond the shadow of your own goalpost.
2nd and 8 from the 40, from their own 40. 6:24 and counting.
The guys having a little trouble
getting themselves lined up.
Yeah.
Kind of in a weird formation, like a Panther formation that DeWitt High School uses. Melville in a shotgun. Pitches it out. That's Manolo Williams takes it out to the right side. His first carry of the game. It was just a basic pitch out. Not much there. Good pursuit by Grand Ledge. No gain.
No, it was number 11 again. That was Carl Flinton. Number 11 got that pitch out. It was a little miscommunication as far as what the play was going to look like, and then it didn't quite run as well as they hoped it would.
I'm looking at the left side here. It's got all these 11s and 12s. No, that's the grade.
Yeah.
Look on the right, Brock. You'll see their numbers.
The numbers are on the wrong side.
No gain anyway. 3rd down and 8 for Holt. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Shotgun formation, Ethan Melville, Hatcher next to him in the gun. Dropping to throw. Feeling the blitz. Throws it out to the left, and it's intercepted. No, dropped. Would have been an interception, but it was dropped by number 25, Ashton Delaney, the sophomore. Incomplete pass. And it's 4th down and punt for Holt. But at least they're out from under their own goalpost.
Yes. That was the very least thing they wanted to do on that drive.
Melville back to punt. He's standing at his own 27-yard line. High snap. He brings it down, gets it away. It's a low line drive inside the 30, inside the 25. Preston Bonet runs away from it, and Holt is going to down it at the Grand Ledge 23, maybe the 24-yard line. 23-yard line. 1st and 10, Grand Ledge going left to right. 5:04 to go first quarter. Grand Ledge up 7-0.
So the Rams at least able to flip the field position a little bit on that drive. Not the result they wanted, Endley, obviously, but still. Your defense isn't totally backed up.
Brady Williams. See, I called him Blake again.
You did that last week.
I did that once last week.
Do you know a Blake Williams?
It's a common name.
All right.
But Brady Williams is the quarterback. He's in the pistol formation. Handoff Baker. Anthony Baker out over the 25 to the 29-yard line. He's taken down there by Melville, who is a defensive back for the Holt defense, in addition to the quarterback, out to the 29-yard line, gain of 6.
Did all that by himself, too.
Yes, he did.
There were a couple of Rams waiting for him at the line of scrimmage, and I thought, well, this isn't going to go very far, but Baker able to power forward.
2nd down and 4. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Pistol formation again for Williams. Handoff, Baker. 29, 30, 31-yard line. He's taken down there. Is that Melville again? It looks like it is.
Zuski
nope, that's
as well.
number 9, Aaron Zuski, sorry. He gets out to the 31-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and short. 3rd and about yard and a half.
Delayed handoff on that play. It took a little while for it to develop. And Williams able to get the ball off. It looked like he was going to get sacked or at least taken down with the ball at the same time.
Ball on the 31-yard line. Scoreboard says 32, but it's really halfway between the 31 and 32.
About a yard and a half to go.
Yep, yard and a half. Pistol formation. Williams in the pistol. Baker behind him. Handoff, Baker. Looking for the 1st down. He's going to get it. Out over the 35 to the 36. Taken down by number 17, Cooper Benson. They mark him down at the 35. 1st down, Grand Ledge.
Excuse me, a Holt blitzed. Aaron Zuski came through the hole where the run was going to go through, but he couldn't make the tackle on big Anthony Baker.
Grand Ledge in the hurry-up offense, and now Holt's going to call timeout. 3:34 to go in the first quarter. Grand Ledge up 7-0. We'll take 30 and come back on the game 7:30 a.m. WVFN and the Lansing Sports Network. Brought to you by the Lansing Sports Commission and by Dowding Industries.
WVFN.
Brock Palmbos, Erik Doc Love back at Grand Ledge Community Field. Grand Ledge leading Holt 7-0. Doc, talking during the break, I think that's a good timeout by Holt. We saw Grand Ledge go to a hurry-up offense a lot against East Lansing last week. The first time they do it, Holt calls timeout, probably to reset everything. Okay, this is what we're going to do if we see a hurry-up offense.
Can't do it every time, but they did it that time.
Nope, can afford to do it here, though. Blake Williams. I called him Blake again. Brady Williams, hands off to Baker, over the 35 to the 38. Out over the 37. Gain of 2.
The Rams brought, all 3 linebackers on that play.
On a run blitz. 3:10 to go first quarter. 2nd and 8 after the gain of 2. Now Grand Ledge taking their time. You know what? Maybe Grand Ledge did that just so Holt could take a timeout. Maybe it'll hurt him later on in this half. You never know. Pistol formation again for Brady Williams. There, I got it right. Baker behind him. Handoff. No, that's number 6.
Yep.
That's Zachariah Jones, and he's taken down far side. No gain.
Got upended.
Looks like number 3, Jamel Island and company, take him down for no gain. Baker was out of the game on that play, and now it's 3rd and long.
And he got a little sub out for that play. They try to go to the outside, and a great defensive play by Jamel Island coming up from his corner spot.
2:14 and counting. First quarter. Grand Ledge up 7-0. Grand Ledge taking their time. Grand Ledge, one of the places that does not have a visible play clock. It is optional at the high school level in the MHSAA. Pistol formation again. 2 wide receivers right, 1 to the left. Anthony Baker behind Williams. Fake handoff, rolling out to the right. Williams throws it out to the right. It's caught. 40-yard line. 45, 47-yard line. Preston Bonet, 1st down. Actually, the 46-yard line needed 8 and got 9. 1st and 10, Grand Ledge.
First pass attempt for Brady Williams. Little play action. Again, Rams bringing the blitz. And
he rolled away. Nice
he rolled
jump.
away, yep.
Yeah, rolling away from the pressure and able to get it out to Bonet, who had a big game last week for GL. 1st and 10, Grand Ledge at their own 46. Ball on the right hash, the near hash. Pistol formation. Again, same formation they had the last play. 2 wide receivers right, 1 left. Williams, handoff, Baker. Not much there, and it's going to be a loss. Back to the 45, maybe the 44. Number 15, Bryson Desmith and company in on the tackle.
Well, the man who was responsible for the big pileup that slowed down Anthony Baker was number 51. That was Santana Trainer, the D tackle. He was right in the middle of that, clogged it up. There was no anywhere for Baker to run through.
Loss of 1. 1 minute to go, first quarter. Grand Ledge again up 1-0, up 7-0. 1 minute to go in the
first quarter.
Man, I am struggling tonight. Pistol formation again. 2 wide receivers left, 1 to the right. Williams fumbles the ball, and he's going to fall on the ball. He had no choice. Another run blitz by Holt. Doc, low snap. He fumbled it. Does the wise thing. Just falls on the ball. Didn't try to
pick it up and do something with it.
Didn't try to be a hero here. No need to do that here late in the first quarter. It's going to be 3rd and 15, back to the 41. That was the only thing he could do. He had a guy bearing down on him. Williams just falls on it. Bad snap from center. That's going to be the last play of the quarter. Grand Ledge is coming to the sideline. Holt is coming to their sideline. Down to 10 seconds in the quarter. The officials are out onto the field here, and we have reached the end of quarter number 1. 12 minutes down, 36 to go. It's Grand Ledge 7, Holt nothing. We'll take a timeout and come back for the second quarter here on the game, 7:30 a.m. WVFN. Brought to you by the Lansing Sports Commission and by Jeff and Chris Metz and Dowding Industries.
WVFN.
Brock Palmbos, Erik, Doc Love. Grand Ledge leading 7-0 after the first quarter of play on an Anthony Baker 15-yard touchdown on their first drive of the game. Grand Ledge with the ball again on their own 41-yard line, 3rd and long.
6:49 left in the first. Leslie 13, Michigan Center nothing.
Trying to get to 4-0. That Joel Cranmore. Wow.
5:26 left in the first. Hazlitt 7, Mason 7.
Okay. Pistol formation here for Grand Ledge. Williams in the pistol, dropping straight to throw, rolling out to the right, away from pressure, throws it high, throws it deep, caught inside the 35, inside the 30, taken down at the 25-yard line. That looks like that's number 6, Zachariah Jones.
Yep.
Big gain there on 3rd and 15. 2 huge third down conversions on this drive here for GL, and they're in business at the Holt 25. Just rolling away from the pressure again is Brady Williams, and made a nice throw there.
34 yards through the air on that one. Defenders were playing real far off of the wide receiver.
34-yard gain. Needed 15, got 34.
Kills you if you're a defensive coach
man.
like that, too, to give up a 3rd and long situation.
1st and 10, ball on the far hash mark at the Holt 25. Pistol formation, handoff, Baker.
Nope.
Oh, thrown, intercepted by Holt. That's number 6. That's Melville, the quarterback.
He plays defense, too.
Did Baker make that throw?
He did. No, it wasn't Baker. It was Williams.
Okay.
He play action passed, pulled it back from Baker.
The fake was so good and so quick. Then he pulled it back, and I thought Baker had the ball.
No.
And then pulled it back at the last minute, or the last half second, and then threw it, and it was intercepted by Melville.
He was looking for a slant, but he didn't see Melville standing in the middle of it.
Nope. Huge turnover there.
And Grand Ledge putting on another drive. And Melville gets the ball back for himself.
Ball at their own 28-yard line. Melville in the gun. 3 wide receivers, 2 right, 1 left. High snap from center, handoff, Hatcher. Goes left side, around left tackle, out over the 30 to the 31-yard line. Decent gain there, gain of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
High snap to the quarterback, Melville. He had to go up there and reach it in. It kind of changed the play a little bit. The timing, at least, wasn't quite
Yeah,
there.
the timing. 10:50 to go first half. Grand Ledge 7, Holt nothing. Brock Palmbos, Erik Doc Love, glad you're joining us here from Grand Ledge Community Stadium for this battle for the Jack Rurick Memorial Trophy, or the Jack Trophy. This is the third year that trophy has been contested for. Holt won it the first year 2 years ago. Grand Ledge won it last year. Melville dropping to throw. Play action pass. Throw out to the right. It's caught. 35-yard line. Out over the 40. First down. 45-yard line. That's number 9. That's Aaron Zuski, the fullback. Out to the 45-yard line. First and 10. Gain of 14.
Well, play action pass. Rolls it out. Fullback out in the flat. Finds him wide open. Looks like he might get the first down. Okay, cool. Breaks a tackle. Gets even more.
First and 10, their own 45-yard line. Holt. See if they can cash this turnover in. I formation behind Melville. 2 wide receivers left. Looks like an extra tight end in the game as well. Handoff. That's Hatcher. 45, and he gets snowed under right at the line of scrimmage. That's what, number 58? Nope, number 59 for Gavin Wajenki, and number 5 and 59, Colin Flynn, were there. He got to the 45-yard line, and then he was down immediately.
Yeah, right back to the line of scrimmage. Well, I thought for sure a couple of Comets that had gotten too far up the field on that play.
Right.
They rushed up towards the backfield. Hatcher already had the ball and gone past them. And I'm like, oh, man, this might be a big play. But nope, the other defender stepped up.
No gain. Second down and 10. 9:47 and counting first half.
We got an H-back.
Melville. Yeah, number 52 is the H-back. Hatcher's got the ball, goes left side, 45, 50, 45. He's got the first down into Grand Ledge territory at the 40-yard line of GL. Gain of 15.
Guess who made that block? 52.
Let's recognize him. Well,
we would.
He's the mystery player.
He does not have
52 is the mystery player.
Yep, he does not have a number on our roster. We'll have to double check and find out. But he was the key block on that play that sprung Hatcher to the outside.
And he's the fullback again, number 52. Hatcher, I formation, the deep back, 2 wide receivers left. Yeah, they got an extra tight end in the game, Doc. Hatcher, left side, 40, down to the 37-yard line, taken down there. Was that Bonet?
Nope.
Nope, number 15. That's Gabe Lopez. Gain of 2, maybe 3. Gain of 3 on that play to the Grand Ledge 37. Ball on the far hash mark. Good drive here for Holt. Their best drive of the game so far after 2 punts. 8:45 to go. First half. I formation again. They're just doing the same formation. They found a formation that's working for them. Stick with it. Melville under center. Fakes the handoff. Drops to throw. Throws it high. Throws it deep. And incomplete. Double coverage out there on the wide receiver, number 8, Manolo Williams, but there were 2 Comets out there. Would have been needed a perfect throw, and it wasn't, and it's going to be third down and long.
And Ethan Melville had no time to even set his feet on that. I was surprised he was able to get the ball off at all.
He did have some pressure.
Because number 44, A.J. Miller, the defensive lineman, was right in his face.
Ball at the 37-yard line, third down and 7. 2 downs to make 7 yards here?
Depends on what happens here on third down.
Okay. Melville in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers left. Dropping to throw. Nope, it's Hatcher. Inside the 35 to the 33-yard line. Gain of 4. And it'll be decision time for Coach Chad Folk. Number 7 for Grand Ledge. Mason Myers in on the tackle. Down to the 33, and it's going to be fourth down and about 3.
Ball spot on the 33-yard line.
And it looks like they're going to go for it. And I can't blame them here.
No.
4 down territory here. Too far for a field goal, too close for a punt. Because you don't gain that much yardage.
Unless you got a precision punter.
Right.
It'll get you inside the 5. Oh, they're missing a lineman.
Holt's missing a guy. Number 11, Carl Flinton in the game. 4th and 3 from the 33-yard line at GL.
They didn't have a halfback on the play.
Power set. Clock under 5. Can he get the play off? Yes, he can. Handoff. That's Flinton. And he's getting, I thought he was going to get the first down, but he's taken down by Grand Ledge. He had an alley there on the left side, but it closed quickly, and Grand Ledge stops him, and it's going to be Grand Ledge ball. Preston Bonet in on the tackle. Turns it over on downs at the 33-yard line. No gain there.
Unfortunately for the Rams, that play was just destined to be poor at the beginning because they were missing the guy who's supposed to carry the ball on that play entirely. LaDon Hatcher had gone to the sideline. They didn't have anybody to run the ball.
And didn't want to use a timeout.
Didn't want to use a timeout, but maybe at that point you probably should have.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a huge play. It was 4th down.
You got it at the 33-yard line, and you don't get it. Here is Williams, handoff Baker, Anthony Baker, out over the 35-yard line, not much further than that. Number 57 for Holt, Carter Heron in on the tackle, gain of 3 for GL, 2nd down and 7. 7:13 to go, first half. Grand Ledge up 7-0 on an Anthony Baker touchdown in the first half, or in the first quarter.
Still technically the first half.
3 wide receivers, pistol formation again. Brady Williams, the quarterback. Baker, Anthony Baker behind him. Handoff, Baker again. Out over the 35 to the 38, and not much further than that. Number 17, Cooper Benson in on the tackle. Gain of 1 out to the 38-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down and about 5, I guess. Yep, 3rd down and 5.
Cooper Benson was holding on for dear life on that play. Did a great job of keeping his feet going and holding on.
6:27 and counting, first half. Fast-moving first half. We're going to have an extended halftime because Grand Ledge is going to induct their high school Sports Hall of Fame at halftime. Williams in the gun, dropping to throw. Looking, throws it high, throws it deep, intercepted. Intercepted by Holt. B.J. Henry just in zone coverage. There were 2 receivers out there, and Williams threw it in between them. And who was in between them? B.J. Henry, number 2.
There's a flag on the play, but it's going to be holding on Grand Ledge, so it's not going to make a difference. Rams brought the blitz up the middle again. One of the linemen from Grand Ledge decided, I better hold on to this guy so he doesn't hit my quarterback. And it didn't matter. Last 2 pass plays from Brady Williams have been picked off in this second quarter, Brock. First one was just a great defensive play by Ethan Melville, the defensive back. Yep. That time, Brady Williams just kind of threw it over to that guy. It wasn't his teammate.
And Holt just in zone coverage. Going to be 1st and 10 Holt at their own 44-yard line. Great field position here. Well, pretty good field position. Great field position would be in Grand Ledge territory.
Yeah.
Holt struggling to get the right guys on the field again. They had this problem on the big 4th down call that they didn't make. Ethan Melville under center. LaDon Hatcher behind him. Handoff Hatcher. 45 to the 48-yard line, and he's pushed back there. Gain of 4. Looks like number 15, Gabe Lopez, was in on the play. Gain of 3 out to the 47.
Hatcher's so diminutive back there, it can be tough to find him.
And once he got to the 47, he was hit and went down immediately.
That's what's great. Gabe Lopez found him real quick.
Yes. 2nd down and 7. Holt with the ball, down 7-0. Grand Ledge has moved the ball on him, but Holt's got a couple of interceptions, which have stopped a couple of drives. Melville under center. 2 wings on either side of the line. Hatcher, left side, handoff. Into Grand Ledge territory, pushed out of bounds, 1st down. Got around the corner, Doc, got inside the 45-yard line and pushed out of bounds by the last guy.
Got some speed to the outside. It was kind of like a wing T type look, but not quite the same formation.
No,
it was similar.
It was similar to a wing T, yes. Down to the 41-yard line of Grand Ledge. What was that a gain of there?
Let's see, 9. That was 12 yards.
Okay, yeah. Oh, the 40 from the 47 to the 41. Yep. 1st and 10, Holt at the Grand Ledge 41. 5:17 to go. Clock is stopped as he went out of bounds. Melville, I formation. 2 wide receivers left. Handoff, Hatcher, left side, inside the 40 to the 36, maybe the 35-yard line. We'll see where they mark it. Good gain there on 1st down for Holt. Gabe Lopez in on the tackle. This power set's working for him, putting a lineman in the backfield as a fullback, number 52, the mystery player, and putting 2 wide receivers out to the right to occupy 2 defensive backs.
It's worked well. They've been able to move the ball. They obviously didn't cash in on the last drive, but Hatcher's been able to kind of squirt his way around and use a little bit of speed as well.
2nd down and 4. Same formation, power I formation, power I set. Handoff, Hatcher up the middle, veers to the left. Good penetration by Grand Ledge. He gets stopped there. Is that number 20? That's either 23 or 25, Ashton Delaney. Preston Bonet was in on the tackle as well. Not much of a gain, if any.
Nope, nothing.
Nothing. 3rd down and short.
Another 4-down territory situation for the Rams.
Same as the last possession, yeah. You would think. 4:07 to go. First half. Grand Ledge up 7-0.
Back to that wing T type look.
Yep, a wing T look. Melville under center. Hatcher the deep back, 2 wide receivers. 1 left, 1 right. Handoff. Hatcher, left side. Close to a first down, depends on the mark.
He's going to come up a little shy.
Yeah, looks like they're going to mark it a little short. Well, we'll see. Number 57, Henry Millbrook, in on the tackle. Senior defensive lineman. They mark it right at the 32-yard line, and it's short. 4th and 1. And obviously they're going to go for it here.
They've been running left a lot. We'll see if they stay with that.
Melville under center. He's going to sneak for it, and he's got it.
Yep.
To the 40.
He lost
Fumbled the ball. Picked up by Grand Ledge. Let's see what the officials say.
I think they're saying he was down by contact.
Or forward progress.
Forward progress. Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Let's wait and see.
I think they're saying he got to the 30, and then that was it.
We're going to wait for the officials to make the call here.
And they're going to give him the first down.
They give him the first down. They say forward progress was stopped at the 30-yard line. Break for Holt. It was close, Doc. Either way, it was close.
It was very close either way. You're right. It looked like it was going to be a first down. It looked like he had stopped. He started to spin away, maybe late, and then the ball came out.
And can't blame Grand Ledge. They're trying to knock the ball out, trying to get a turnover. Holt still has the ball. 2:55 to go first half. The wing T look, handoff, Hatcher inside the 30 to the 26-yard line. Gain of 4, 2nd down and 6. Clock now becoming a factor, Doc. 2:40 to go.
Yeah, they're a little deliberate with their play calling. It might need to be rushed just a tad bit.
Don't need to be in a full hurry up.
No.
I think Holt, knowing they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3, they're going to kick off. They don't want to. They don't want to give Grand Ledge a chance to first score here. They want to score with less than 30 seconds to go.
That's the ideal play.
Holt, wing T look again. Handoff, Hatcher, left side, 25, 20, out of bounds. I think he's going to have a first down.
Blitz came in real quickly for Grand Ledge, and they were trying to trip up Hatcher, and it didn't work out. He got away from that initial tackle.
Needed the 20, got the 20. First down. 1:56 to go. Holt has 2 timeouts left. Grand Ledge has all 3. Ball on the far hash mark. Melville under center. Fast moving first half. Wing T look. Fake handoff. Rolling out. Throwing over the middle. Caught. Inside the 10. 5. Touchdown Holt. Bryson DeSmith. Or DeSmith, rather. He's got the touchdown. Stunning touchdown there for Holt. 20-yard touchdown. It's 7-6 Grand Ledge.
Well, they've been doing the same thing. They're running the same type of formation. Like you said, it kind of looked like a wing T. Wings on the end. Well, they play action that time instead of run the ball. Grand Ledge fooled by it completely. And DeSmith, wide open, runs away from the only defender back through the safety and gets in the end zone.
Number 12. Oh, who's that kicking there?
I heard him. Let me see if I can find it on here.
Legal procedure on the Rams.
Legal procedure on the Rams. So it's going to move it back 5 yards.
Number 33 is he's number 33 on our roster. It's Dominic Bobbio.
Oh, nope, it's Jack
okay.
Fisher.
All right.
Okay.
Well, they said something else.
Fisher, the kick is up.
It's good.
And the kick is good. So, with 1:50 to go in the first half of play, we got a good one here at Grand Ledge. It's Holt 7, Grand Ledge 7. Take a timeout and come back on the game, 7:30 a.m. WVFN, brought to you by Dowding Industries and the Lansing Sports
WVFN Lansing Sports Leader.
Brock Palmbos, Erik Love back here at Grand Ledge. Ethan Melville, a 20-yard touchdown pass to Bryson DeSmith. Here is the kickoff. It is high and it is short, taken at the 25-yard line, out to the 30, 35-yard line, still going into Holt territory. Grand Ledge still going to the 35-yard line. Who is that?
23. It's Cooper Parks.
Cooper Parks with a great return to the Holt 35-yard line. Grand Ledge in business with 1:41 to go in the first half. They have all 3 timeouts, ton of time here. As they try to answer the Holt touchdown. Williams in the pistol. Anthony Baker behind him. Handoff, Baker. Nothing there. Absolutely nothing there, and even a loss on the play of 1. Grand Ledge now going into the hurry-up offense. 2nd and 11. 129, 128 and counting. Pistol formation again, 4 wide receivers. Williams, low snap, has to pick it up, and now he has to scramble, and he's just going to throw it away. He had a receiver out there, so it's not intentional grounding, but now we got a flag down. We're going to wait and see here.
Sounds like it's going to be on Grand Ledge.
The Holt coaching staff to the in the next booth over is clapping.
Do we have a lineman downfield possibly?
Could be. That maybe offensive pass interference. 1:16 to go. Yeah, pass interference, offense. They will take the penalty and move them back 15 yards.
Normally you would take the down, but yeah, in that situation, you're well inside Holt territory. You got to push it back.
Oh, yeah, no question here. 2nd down and a ton. 2nd down and 26. Ball at their own 49-yard line. Grand Ledge with it. Handoff. Baker up the middle into Holt territory at the 48, 49, 48-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and long. Bryson DeSmith, who just caught the touchdown pass. Gain of 2. It'll be 3rd down and 24. Under a minute to go. Williams dropping to throw. Feeling some pressure. Throws deep. He's got a man out there. Oh, and he just missed him. Zachariah Jones was there, and he just overthrew him by about a yard. And now it's 4th down and punt time.
A straight seam route right down the middle. Wide open. Got past the defender. And I was going to mention we didn't have enough time because we went to the hurry-up, pass interference to make sure for Holt you don't want to grab on anybody, anything like that.
Nope.
They didn't, but they let a receiver get down there, and they were lucky that Brady Williams was just a little bit too much on that pass.
Nick Terranova back to punt.
Jamel Island back to return.
Island back to return. Here's kick. It's blocked. Blocked by Holt. They've got it, and they're going to return it. Now it's fumbled, and now we got a flag, and we'll see what happens here. We'll let the officials sort this out. The ball on the far side of the field.
Well, it's blocked. It's returned by Holt, and then the player tried to shovel it forward to his teammate, which is illegal for a pass.
Well, the officials are going to talk about it. Let's see if that is the call. Holt did recover the blocked kick because the man that blocked it recovered it. Couldn't quite tell who that was.
It came right through the middle, blocked it, then it was recovered, and then tried to shovel forward. Yep, illegal forward pass.
And it will be Holt ball at the Grand Ledge 45-yard line. What is that, 15-yard penalty?
Yeah.
2nd penalty of the game for Holt.
I like the creative thought process on shoveling it to your teammate, but you can't do those type of things.
Ball at the Grand Ledge 45. Holt has 2 timeouts left with 40 seconds to go. Plenty of time here. Even though that's not a turnover, it sure acts like one. Melville under center. Dropping to throw. He's going to throw it out to the right. He's got a man there. It's caught. 41-yard line. 40, 35. Out of bounds inside the 35-yard line. That's number 7, Michael Williams. 1st and 10, Holt. 31.5 seconds to go. Ball at the 30-yard line.
Got 15 yards. Broke a couple of tackles. I was like, are you going to get out of bounds? Or is he thinking about it? No, he's trying to pick up extra yardage.
And then he got out of bounds. 2 timeouts left, so you can use the middle of the field here. Two turnovers and a blocked punt are why Holt is in this game. Grand Ledge has had the better of the play in this first half. You look at the score, it's 7-7. Ethan Melville in the shotgun. LaDon Hatcher next to him. 3 wide receivers, 2 left, 1 right. Dropping to throw. Rolling out to the left is Melville. He throws it out there, and is it intercepted? We're going to wait and see.
It is.
It's intercepted by Grand Ledge.
Number 23, Cooper Parks.
Cooper Parks with the interception. And a golden opportunity for Holt goes by the wayside. 26.9 seconds to go in the first half. We'll take 30 and come back on the game, 7:30 a.m. WV.
Lansing Sports Leader, WVFN.
Brock Palmbos, Erik Love back here at Grand Ledge High School. Who was that on the interception there for Grand Ledge?
Cooper Parks, number 23. He just had that big kickoff return for the Comets, and then they got pushed back, obviously, and then he jumped the route. There were 2 receivers out there on the left side for Melville, the quarterback of Holt, and he went to the one that was covered, unfortunately. He had a guy who was sneaking out of the into the flat, and he was wide open. He was like, he had his hand up waving for it, but he threw a little further downfield trying to move the ball down, obviously, a little bit deeper with not a lot of time left in the half, but Cooper Parks jumped the route.
Both teams leaving potential points on the board here in this first half. Grand Ledge, 2 turnovers. Holt has 1. By the way, while we were away, Grand Ledge was getting lined up, and then they called their first timeout of the half. Each team has 2 timeouts with 27 seconds to go. Grand Ledge with the ball at their own 24-yard line. Handoff. Nope, fake. Williams has it. He's got a first down. 40, 45, out to the 48-yard line. 20 seconds to go. They're going to a hurry up here. And now Grand Ledge is going to call timeout. Quarterback draw, Doc.
I think he was going to hand it off to Baker and decided I'll keep it myself. Then Anthony Baker kind of led the way on that as a fullback, I guess, essentially.
Gain of 24. So now if you're Grand Ledge, try to get into field goal range. You got time. You got 1 timeout left. Holt has 2. We'll have stats, halftime stats and analysis. We'll go over the scoring summary. Do that at halftime. We'll also go get scores from around the mid-Michigan area. Do the best we can via the Twitterverse. 1st and 10 from their own 48-yard line. Grand Ledge. Man, there were no penalties up until about the 5-minute mark of the second quarter. And now there's been 3, and they've all been costly. 2 on Holt, 1 on Grand Ledge. 1st and 10, own 48-yard line. Brady Williams in the pistol. 4 wide receivers, Anthony Baker behind him. Dropping to throw, straight drop. Throws it out to the right. It's caught and taken down inbounds. And now Grand Ledge is going to take their final timeout. That was number 20 on the catch. Coleman Van Fossen, a sophomore, a gain of 2. Nice tackle by Holt, forcing Grand Ledge to call their last timeout.
Yeah, that was B.J. Henry out there who, as soon as the receiver caught the ball, he was there and held him to the only 2 yards.
So Grand Ledge now out of timeouts with 14.6 seconds to go. Just forced to call that timeout there. We'll have a bit of an extended halftime because of the Grand Ledge Athletics Hall of Fame ceremony. Al Horford, you might have heard of him. Yeah, he went to school here at Grand Ledge. just won an NBA title and became one of the few players in the history of basketball to win a national title and an NBA title during his career.
Mm-hmm. He won 2 at Florida.
Won 2 at Florida. And now an NBA championship in the twilight of his NBA career. I think that's fair to say.
Yes.
He's near the end of his career. I just ran into his father, Tito, at a Lugnuts game a couple of times in August. I said congratulations. Told I've met him a few times. He knows I'm a Grand Ledge alum, and told him congratulations. He says thank you very much. I appreciate it. Pistol formation. Williams in the pistol. Baker rolls out, throws over the middle. It's Preston Bonet, 35, 30, 25, 24-yard line. Just a simple slant pattern, Doc. 8 seconds to go. Grand Ledge is going to probably come up and kill the ball here. Ball at the 23-yard line. Clock running. And Williams just kills the ball with 4.5 seconds left, and it's going to be field goal time.
That previous pass play, it looked like it was going to be maybe a screen or something. The Rams tried to jump up towards the line of scrimmage, and it left open a wide open space behind them for Preston Bonet.
4.5 seconds left. That's Aldrich, I believe. Caleb Aldrich, who hit the winning field goal in Game 1 against Holland West Ottawa. 40-yard field goal, ball on the right hash. Last play of the half. Here's a snap. It's good. The kick is on the way. It's a line drive.
No.
And it's no good.
Pushed it left.
And with that, we have reached the end of the first half of play. Good first half here at Grand Ledge High School. It's the Holt Rams 7, the Grand Ledge Comets 7. We'll take a timeout and come back with halftime stats and analysis. But right now it's time for This Week in High School Sports with John Ross.
4 decades calling high school sports on the radio, and more kids than ever are playing high school sports. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. For the last 40 years, listeners to Sheboygan football games on WCBY have heard the same voice.
Mike Grisdale tonight, a very sunny evening here at Western Avenue.
Mike Grisdale has been on the air calling games for Sheboygan since 1985, and on Friday, September 13th, Sheboygan named its press box after Grisdale. In addition to football, he's called nearly 1,000 Sheboygan basketball games as well. And the game he called after having the press box named for him turned out to be quite a thriller. Elk Rapids took a 23-0 lead over Sheboygan before the Chiefs scored 30 straight points to win.
And that'll do it. Chiefs come back from 23 down, and they are going nuts on the near sideline.
Adam Burry, a little bit of spirit there to him. Awesome. Great for these guys.
Final score, Sheboygan 30. Elk Rapids 23. The Chiefs go 2-1.
That comes courtesy of WCBY. Nate King is Grisdale's broadcast partner. Subscribers to the NFHS network can also hear Grisdale's call of Sheboygan games. Just go to NFHSnetwork.com. And for more on Grisdale's story, please check out MHSAA.com. It's time for Game Balls, when we highlight a trio of standout performances from the past week. First, Manchester's Jesse Sangster. He scored 4 times in a 5-1 win over Leslie and is now the all-time leading soccer scorer at Manchester with 94 career goals. Big Rapids tennis player Ari Ziska, he won his 103rd individual match against Vicksburg, making him the school's all-time leader. And at Union City's Gracie Phelps. She had 86 assists, 11 kills, and 36 digs during the Charger Classic, helping lead Union City to a tournament title.
Have a recent high school grad? They could qualify for a tuition-free skills certificate or associate degree through the new Community College Guarantee, no matter their GPA or your household income. Or if your child plans to attend a 4-year university or career school, the Michigan Achievement Scholarship Program has them covered. They could get up to $27,500 toward a bachelor's degree or up to $4,000 for career training. Complete the FAFSA to get started at mi.gov/achievement.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with registered official Paige Winnie.
In volleyball, a libero is a defensive player who plays in the back row. It's a fairly new position as it was introduced in 1998, and the libero plays by some unique rules. The libero wears a different color jersey from the rest of the team, so they are easily identifiable. Only one libero can be designated for each set of a match. The libero can serve, but cannot perform an overhead set in the front of the attack line or complete an attack if the ball is above the net. The libero is never allowed to rotate to the front line. The libero is the first line of defense, often passing to the setter and covering open spaces. The libero can be replaced without restriction, but in the event of an injury, can only be replaced by the player the libero originally replaced.
Thanks, Paige. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, please go to the MHSAA website now to register. Participation in Michigan high school sports continues to rank among the best in the nation, despite declining student enrollment. That's according to the annual participation study by the National Federation of State High School Associations. Overall, Michigan ranks 8th nationally with nearly 290,000 total participants. The total counts students for each sport played, meaning students who are multiple sport athletes are counted more than once. This outpaces Michigan's national rank in high school-age population, which is 10th. Nationwide, participation topped 8 million for the first time ever. For the boys' sports, Michigan ranks 7th overall, with boys bowling leading the nation in participation. Skiing is 3rd, boys golf and ice hockey are both 4th. On the girls' side, Michigan ranks 8th overall, with bowling, skiing, golf, and tennis all coming in 3rd for their respective sports. More than 35,000 students in Michigan play football. That's the most of all sports in the state. For more on participation, including the benefits of playing multiple sports, please visit MHSAA.com. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross. We'll be back next week.
WVFA.
Brock Palmbos, Erik Doc Love back here at Grand Ledge Community Stadium. Got a good one here for the Jack Rarick Memorial Trophy. It's Holt 7, Grand Ledge 7. Grand Ledge Band is out on the field here. And you know what? Let's listen to the Grand Ledge Band for a few moments here. All right. Always good to hear from one of the best bands in the Lansing area, if not the entire state. Yes, Grand Ledge and Holt here at Grand Ledge. We are tied at 7 for the Jack Rarick Memorial Trophy. Tonight's broadcast brought to you tonight and all season long by Jeff and Chris Metz and Dowding Industries. Always interested in individuals that have the drive and desire to be successful in work and in life. Check them out at dowdingindustries.com. You may find a successful future here. And by Megan Zemer and her great staff at the Lansing Sports Commission. No matter the sport, the Lansing Sports Commission can make your next event your best event. Plan on something greater. Find out details at lansingsports.org. Let's take a look at the scoring summary. It won't take very long because of a 7-7 game. But on Grand Ledge's first drive of the game, after a 3-and-out, Grand Ledge took it right down the field, and Anthony Baker, the outstanding sophomore running back, took it in from 15 yards out. The extra point from Caleb Aldrich was good, and at the 8-10 mark of the first quarter, 7-0 Grand Ledge. Both teams, Doc, had chances to score here in the remainder of the first half. Grand Ledge had multiple opportunities, but through 2 interceptions, and Holt had a great opportunity after a blocked extra point to score, but they threw an interception as well. But Holt was able to get into the end zone. Ethan Melville threw a 20-yard touchdown pass to Bryson DeSmith near the end of the second quarter, and with 1:50 to go in the second quarter, it was 7-6, And Holt hit the extra point to make it 7-7, and that's where we are here at halftime. Turnovers, Grand Ledge has committed 2. Holt has committed 1. Holt has also blocked a punt. And Grand Ledge had an opportunity to score right at the end of the first half, but Caleb Aldrich's 40-yard field goal was wide. Penalty-wise, not too much in the first half, although all 3 penalties that happened were costly, Doc. Holt, 2 penalties for 20 yards. Grand Ledge, 1 penalty for 15 yards. And that's the scoring summary right there for the first half. You have the individual stats.
Both teams nearly the same yardage-wise. Grand Ledge, they slight edge 152 to 146. Holt, LaDon Hatcher, 14 carries for 60 yards. Ethan Melville, 4 for 8, 81 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. So 65 rush yards total as a team for Holt, and then 146 overall. Grand Ledge, Anthony Baker, 11 carries, 47 yards, and their lone touchdown. Brady Williams, 4 for 8 for 72 yards. Does have 2 interceptions on back-to-back plays, obviously different drives, but nevertheless back-to-back passes for him. 80 rush yards for Grand Ledge, and like I said before, 152 total. So 152 Grand Ledge, 146 for Holt. And Brock, you said that we mentioned Grand Ledge had the better of play and stuff, and they seemed like they did.
Better flow, yeah.
But stats don't show that, neither does the scoreboard.
And look at the scoreboard, 7-7 right now. Even Steven, and you mentioned it, the total yards, even Steven pretty much. Grand Ledge won the toss to start the game and deferred, so they will get the ball to start quarter number 3. So that's a big stop there for Holt, getting the missed field goal and to stop Grand Ledge from scoring.
Getting that double dip like a lot of coaches love to get.
The Grand Ledge Athletic Department is honoring their Hall of Fame. Al Horford is out there. Looks like that's Al Horford. Is that? Might not be. Might be his father, Tito.
I think it's Tito.
Might be Tito. Well, they're both tall guys.
They are.
Tito's 7 feet tall, you know. He's one of the tallest guys I've ever met in my entire life. Pat O'Keefe, Coach O'Keefe, legendary Coach O'Keefe going into the Hall of Fame as well. And it's a big class that is going in. A number of the Grand Ledge State Championship gymnastics teams are going in. They've won multiple state titles in gymnastics in the winter. Historically been one of the best gymnastics programs in the state, and some of those teams are being honored right now. So we got a bit of an extended halftime break. As we cross the 8 o'clock hour, I want to let you know you're listening to your trusted source for high school sports coverage. The Game, 7:30 a.m. WVFN, a Town Square media station. You're also listening on the Lansing Sports Network, lansingsportsnetwork.com. While we have a moment, Doc, you know, most times we're not sure where we're going to be the next week. We just says, we'll talk about it over the weekend and we'll make a decision either Sunday or Monday.
It's usually a debate,
Not much of a debate.
No,
once in a while, though.
A friendly debate, let's say it like that.
Absolutely.
We get together before the season begins and we plot out what we think we want to do, like games that look potentially the best ones. We look for rivalry games, or we're looking for games that are just great matchups, looking for conference games and stuff like that. And then Holt Grand Ledge is obviously always one of those ones because of their longtime rivals or largest schools in the area, stuff like that. And then there's games like next week, where it's pretty much a guarantee.
This is one that there was no conversation, there was no discussion, there was no disagreement. We're going to be at Lindsey Adams Stadium next week for DeWitt at East Lansing, and we are looking forward to that one. CAAC Blue title implications. Obviously, playoff positioning. They're in different classes, but Holt. East Lansing is in Division II. DeWitt is in Division III, and but yeah, it's really kind of the championship of each other for both of these teams. Two explosive offenses, 2 of the top 5 teams in this Lansing area, along with Portland. You could argue a couple of others, but that's where we're going to be next week. I'll have the pregame at 6 o'clock, interviews with Rob Zimmerman and Bill Faracco, and then you'll join me from Lindsey Adams Stadium. Jeff Smith Field at Lindsey Adams Stadium for that one, and that should be one whale of a ball game.
I'm looking forward to it. They've become rivals naturally through joining conferences, together with the conferences when they did the reshaping of the CAAC. And ever since DeWitt's joined the Blue, they've been a competitor if they didn't win it every year, which they have not.
No.
East Lansing has won it recently, as of last year.
Last couple of years.
So they did share it the 2 years before.
Oh, that's right. Yep. Yes, they did.
But nevertheless, have become natural rivals, like I was saying. And they tend to have pretty good ball games between the two of them.
Hall of Fame, Grand Ledge Athletics Hall of Fame being honored out there at halftime, out there at the center of the field. Again, Grand Ledge won the coin toss. They will defer. They deferred, and they will get the ball to start quarter number 3. Yes, lots of applause for the Grand Ledge Athletics Hall of Fame. Some of the other games that we'll be looking at, well, you know what, next week, we'll be on a Friday next week. The following week, we will be on a Friday, but looks like we're going to be on the game730am.com stream only because of conflicts with Michigan State football, which they're playing Friday night at Oregon, and that is the regular season opener for Michigan State hockey, which is supposed to be one of the best teams in the nation, so we'll carry that game. That will be here on WVFN, the game 7:30 a.m. will be on the stream only that night. So, but we're looking forward to that, and we'll figure out what game we're going to do then. Grand Ledge at Everett is a possibility. Looking at Week 6, hard to believe we're looking at potential Week 6 games, but we are.
I mean, we're in Week 4 right now already, so.
And you know what? At halftime next week, we're at the halfway point.
That's right.
The season. That's just
right.
Crazy.
Yeah, Week 6, Grand Ledge at Everett, maybe PW at Fowler. That's a possibility.
That'd be for the CMAC. That would be for the CMAC title. That would be. Those are by far, at least so far, the two best teams in the CMAC.
Yes.
All right, let's take a timeout and come back. We'll get to keys to the second half. We also got to get to scores from around the Mid-Michigan area that are going on right now. A 2-minute break, and we're back on the game 7:30 AM WVFN, brought to you by the Lansing Sports Commission and by Jeff and Chris Metz and Doubting Industry.
The game 7:30 AM.
Brock Palmbos, Erik Doc Love back at Grand Ledge Community Stadium. It's Holt 7, Grand Ledge 7. CAAC Blue battle between longtime rivals for the Jack Rarick Memorial Trophy, or they call it the Jack Trophy out here. And we'll get to keys coming up in the keys for the second half here coming up. But right now, let's get to some other scores from around the Mid-Michigan area.
I just mentioned real quick, you talk about, longtime rivals. Neither team has played each other more than anybody else as far as, all time. Grand Ledge leads the series 36-24-1. But last 10 matchups, Brock, it's 5-5. It's been even.
Yep.
A couple of those games have been playoff games, too.
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
Where one team has won in the regular season, then the other team beat them in the playoffs.
Grand Ledge did that a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Holt got them in the
it was
regular
22.
season. Yep.
2022.
Holt got them in the regular season, and Grand Ledge got them in the playoffs.
21-20.
I have a update from DeWitt. Hurricane, West Virginia, 28. DeWitt, 21, second quarter.
All right. I got a Leslie score here.
Williamston, 17. Fowlerville, nothing. That's in the second quarter.
End of first, Leslie, 13. Michigan Center, 6. We keep scrolling here.
Olivet is tied in their game. As I look and see who they're playing, I can't remember off the top of my head. They're hosting Ionia right now. They are tied at 7. They're in the second quarter.
Halftime, Hazlitt 14, Mason 14. I guess, according to Brian Calloway, Mason squandered a few chances to get multiple scores in the second quarter, and Hazlitt capitalized on a few of theirs.
Still looking here.
Keep scrolling myself.
Congratulations, Paul, on the Hall of Fame.
I got update on that DeWitt Hurricane game.
Okay.
Mine says DeWitt 28, Hurricane 27.
Okay.
With 9:50 left in the second.
Okay.
That's directly from the DeWitt Athletic. You said that it was 7-7 between Ionia and Olivet?
Yes.
Okay.
That was in the second quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Update from Camden Yards. The Detroit Tigers tied for the last wild card spot in the American League with Minnesota. Well, not so good right now. They're down 3-0 in the bottom of the fourth. You can listen to it on 1240 WJIM, our sister station. Oh, in case you're wondering, the Minnesota Twins, who they're tied with, scoreless in the top of the fourth at Fenway Park against the Boston Red Sox.
All right. Seam action, PW 41, Dansville nothing.
Well, they're going to go to 4-0 on the season. It's collision course, Doc. It's going to be.
It is.
It's going to be PW and Fowler this for the league championship.
This just in. DeWitt 35, Hurricane 27.
Wow.
Elliot Lerner scores with a 1-yard touchdown. So 3:49 left in the first half. Obviously, all DeWitt games take longer than all other football games.
Yep, just seeing the
because
same
of the
thing.
scoring.
Yep.
Yeah, that game is not even near halftime.
There was a delay at the Leslie Michigan Center game. They're just starting the second quarter right now.
Yep.
One of Michigan Center's kids, junior Landon Hurd, suffered a leg injury and was taken off in an ambulance.
Oh, no. Don't want to hear that.
No, you don't.
And ladies and gentlemen, let's have one big final round of applause.
I'll do some searching if you want to tell me some games to look for, Brock.
Let's see here. Well, you gave the Mason Hazlitt score. I gave the Williamston Fowlerville, Everett at Waverly, East Lansing at Okemos, St. John's at Eastern, Sexton at Charlotte, Lansing Catholic at Eaton Rapids, Portland at Lakewood, Fowler at Bath. You gave the PW score, Potterville at Langsburg, Saranac at Perry, Ovid Elsie hosting Durand. Gave the Leslie score, Springport at Stockbridge, Maple Valley at Union City.
Well, I can't remember all those at the same time, Brock, but
I
remember a couple of those names that popped up.
Do the best you can here.
Let's see. I was looking for the St. John's and Eastern score. I do not see anything about that recently. Let me keep scrolling a little bit. Tougher to search those names because it just pops up anything that involves Eastern or St. John's. Which they might talk about a university, might talk about a different high school.
Oh, my goodness. There's hundreds of St. John's in the United States.
Portland was playing. Who were they playing? Lakewood?
Portland is at Lakewood.
Let's see. Let's try searching for Lakewood. That might be a little easier to find. Of course, there's another Lakewood somewhere else. There's multiple Lakewoods out there.
Let's see.
I don't need Rocky River versus Lakewood. That doesn't help me.
Well, Lakewood's athletic director of the Lakewood AD Twitter hasn't posted since 2021, so can't use that.
Nope. All right, I got nothing on that score. Maybe you can find the Everett score.
Everett trying to get to 4-0 on the season. They're playing at Waverly. Let's see here. Well, having some trouble finding those, but anyway, Powama Westphalia leading Dansville 41-0. That game is at the half. That might be one of the first games that finish up here. That'll be a running clock in the second half.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing what you said. DeWitt leading Hurricane West Virginia 35-27. Elliot Larner, probably the player of the year so far.
Absolutely.
Through 3.5 games, he's the player of the year right now. With apologies to Joel Cranmore of Leslie and Jace Clarizio of East Lansing. I mean, he's been that good so far. It's just been absolutely awesome.
Halftime, Williamston 24, Fowlerville nothing. That just popped up.
Okay. So there we go. And, both teams are coming out. The Holt team is stretching right now. The Grand Ledge team is coming out stretching right now, getting the extra minutes here. All right, so we'll give you more updates later on in the ball game.
If I can find some more
here, I will. If we can find some more here via the Twitterverse. All right, Grand Ledge going to get the ball to start the third quarter here. What are keys to the second half? First, for the visiting team, the Holt Rams.
For the Rams, if they can get a few more, I know they've scored on a touchdown on the pass play, but nevertheless, I think they can open up the pass play a little bit more. That'll get the ground game going a little bit too. Obviously, Grand Ledge keying in on LaDon Hatcher. He's had a good first half, but he hasn't had any big runs. He's had 2 big runs. Everything else has been, 3, 4, maybe 6 if they're lucky. So I think open up the pass game a little bit more. That'll let the run game get going. Defensively for the Rams, key in on Anthony Baker. He hasn't gotten a lot of carries, only 11 carries in the first half, which I was surprised.
You thought he'd have more?
I thought he'd have more coming into the ball game, but key in on him, slow him down, keep the pressure on the quarterback, Brady Williams, because he has thrown a couple interceptions in the game.
Which was a problem last week for him.
On the flip side for the Comets, can't have any more turnovers, man. They've had 2 of them, and then they had a punt block as well. So almost a third one, essentially.
And a missed field goal, but it was a 40-yard field goal, so, he can't really fall
I won't give them any grief on that because they did a good job getting set up for it, but I think...
This ain't the NFL.
Nope.
You miss a 40-yard field goal, that's on the kicker for the most part.
Yep. But I think taking care of the ball is the biggest thing. We talked about in the pregame show, but I think it's extra huge here in the second half of this game being tied at 7-7. Comets turn the ball over 2.5 times with that block punt. Nevertheless, taking care of the ball, and I want to see more Baker. He's the bell cow. He's the guy that gets you here. I mean, when he has a really good game, they tend to win the ball game. He only had, just over 100 yards last week, 116 against East Lansing, but it was other issues for them. They had turnovers and problems for that. So taking care of the ball and going back to Baker.
Holt's going to kick off, going from left to right here in quarter number 3. Who's that kicking off there? Oh, that's number 82, Jack Fisher. Who's that there back for Grand Ledge?
It's a couple of guys.
Fisher kicks it off, and it goes into the end zone, and it's an automatic touchback.
Zechariah Jones caught it in the end zone.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line for GL.
The ball spotted at the 20-yard line.
1 second ticks off the clock here. 1st and 10, 20-yard line. We are tied at 7, Holt and Grand Ledge. Winner goes to 3-1 on the season and improves their playoff chances.
And gets their first conference victory. This is the first CAAC Blue game of the season for Holt, and obviously we talked about East Lansing beating Grand Ledge last week.
38-21. All right, Grand Ledge with the ball. Power set here, kind of a Panther formation here. And handoff, that's Baker on the left side, over the 25, over the 30, pushed out of bounds. The Holt coaching staff wanting a false start. Looked like one of the Grand Ledge players moved, but they didn't catch it.
They might have something to talk about.
They had a point there.
Yeah.
1st and 10 from the 32, a gain of 12 for Baker. Handoff again, Baker. 35, 36, 37-yard line taken down there. Grand Ledge going to the hurry-up, which they did an awful lot last week. They didn't do it very much in the first half, Doc.
It was 50-50 last week, let's say. It was good sometimes and not so great others.
2nd and 5, Panther formation again. It's the only thing I can think of right now, but he's taken down out of bounds by number 6. That's Ethan Melville, who's got an interception in this game and a touchdown pass. Jamel Island was there as well. A gain of 2 to the 39-yard line, 3rd and short. Same formation. Handoff. Baker, 40-yard line, no further. It's going to be 4th down. He does get over the 40 to the 41. It's going to be 4th and 1. Aaron Zuski with the tackle, and Grand Ledge going to line up to go for it, Doc. Here earlier in the second half. Handoff, Baker, 1st down. Needed 1, got 3.
Yep.
That's a risky call, though.
It was.
I don't know if I would have done that at this stage of the game. Gain of 4, actually, out to the 45-yard line. 1st and 10. Ball on the near hash mark. Dropping to throw. Williams throwing deep. He's got a man out there. Caught.
Wow.
Is that Bonet? That's Bonet.
I thought for sure he was out of bounds.
Down to the 18-yard line. 37 yards. Yeah, 37 yards. Quick addition there.
There was a one-man route. It was Bonet or nobody, and I thought he was going to get, ridden out of bounds basically and never even have a chance to catch it.
Ball on the Holt 18-yard line. Handoff Baker going left side inside the 15. He's still going down 14.
Ball's out.
Ball is out. Holt's got it, and they pick it up, and it's a 1st down for Holt. A late fumble forced by Holt, and they're going to get the ball inside the 25-yard line. 3rd turnover of the game on Grand Ledge.
And that was the only thing that they couldn't have is more turnovers in this ball game.
Holt puts the ball in play at their own 24-yard line.
Wow.
Stunning turn of events.
Not downed, not ruled down.
Nope.
No stop of the forward progress.
Man. 1st and 10. Ball on the near hash. Holt going from left to right. 10:21 to go, 3rd quarter. We're tied at 7. 3rd turnover of the game on GL. I formation behind Melville. Hatcher, the deep back. And he's going to get the ball. Stutter step. Not much there, but he's going to push over the 25-yard line to the 26. maybe the 27. It'll be second down, and, well, they're going to put it at the 26, so a gain of 2.
And number 44, A.J. Miller.
A.J. Miller in on the tackle. Holt going to take their sweet time here.
That'll bring up second down for the Rams.
Second down and 8 from their own 26. Man, turnovers. Plagued Grand Ledge last week. They had 4 last week. They've got 3 this week. And it stopped, what, at least 2 scores?
At least.
Melville under center. I formation behind him. Pitch out, Hatcher, whistle, flag. It's going to be a legal procedure. Third penalty of the game on Holt.
That'll be a 5-yard penalty.
9:35 to go, third quarter. We're tied at 7. Second down and 13. It's not one of those penalties that you can refuse and take the down. Dead ball before the play even started. 9:20 and counting. Clock running. I think this favors the clock running. I think it favors Holt.
Absolutely it does.
Shotgun formation. Hatcher next to him. He's got a blocking back right in front of him. Rolling out to the right is Melville. Looking, throws it out to the right, and it's through the hands of the wide receiver, number 7, Michael Williams. Incomplete and a late flag.
Uh-oh.
And some talking here between a couple of Holt and a couple of Grand Ledge players, and we'll let the officials sort this out. It's not uncommon that Holt players and Grand Ledge players do some talking.
Nope. Big-time rivals, have been for a very long time.
In an athletic sense, they do not like each other. Dead ball, personal foul, offense. It's a dead ball foul, so the down counts. And there'll be 4 penalties. From the 21, they're going to move it back. It might be half the distance here. Let's see. 21. Where do they mark it? Yeah, 10 yards. So an 11-yard penalty. That's 4 penalties on Holt for 36 yards. Grand Ledge only 1 penalty for 15 yards. And it's going to be third and a whole bunch with 9:03 to go. If you're Holt, you just try to get as many yards as you possibly can.
Yeah.
Melville, they're going to get 5 yards back because Grand Ledge jumped.
That'll make it 3rd and 19. It's a 3rd and 24.
That's a big penalty there. That helps Holt in case when they have to punt. And that's very likely to happen here after this play, but that helps them out. 9:03 to go, third quarter. Brock Palmbos, Erik Love, glad you're joining us here on the game, 7:30 a.m. WVFN and the Lansing Sports Network. Brought to you by the Lansing Sports Commission and by Dowding Industries. It's going to be 3rd and 19 from the 16-yard line. Melville in the gun. Hatcher next to him. 3 wide receivers, 2 left, 1 right. Dropping back to throw out of the gun. Looking, throws it high and deep over the middle. Ball was hit, and it's caught by Holt. Caught at midfield, or at about the 45-yard line, rather. That's number 10, Jasavion Taylor. Ball was tipped. It was not a great-looking throw, but he went up and got it. Over 1 defender. There were 2 defenders in the area. He went up and got it at his own 45-yard line. Gain of 29.
Wow. They needed a huge play.
And they got it.
They got it. He just went up and took the ball away.
And
there were several Comets in the area.
And the throw, he might have got his arm hit.
As he threw
but it
it,
wasn't a very good throw.
Might have ended up helping the receiver, actually.
It might have been in a perverse way. Handoff, Hatcher, left side. Not much there. Good pursuit by Grand Ledge. It's a loss. Loss of 1. Back to the 44-yard line. Jalen McAllister in on the tackle.
Yeah, nothing was happening on that play. He tried to bounce to the outside, but there were
Comets there.
There was already a Comet on the outside waiting for him.
8:10 to go, third quarter. We are tied at 7. Holt and Grand Ledge. But I would say, you look at that, and I think, it's a defensive game. Well, not so much. Both teams have moved the ball pretty well. Grand Ledge better than Holt. Turnovers and other mistakes. Melville in the gun. 2nd and 11 from their own 44. Whistle, and the left tackle moved. He moved his right, and now he got another flag.
This might be something extra.
It could be one of those 5 in the favor, move Holt 5 yards back, and then maybe 15 yards in favor not in favor of, but 15 yards on Grand Ledge. We'll see. You don't see penalties like this too often. But the umpire, which is situated right near the linebackers, threw his flag, and we'll see. Dead ball, false start on Holt. Unsportsmanlike conduct, Grand Ledge.
Yep.
So it will be a 5 and a 15.
So move it back 5 and then move it up 15.
And they will literally move it back 5 yards and then walk it back 15 yards the other way, which is what they're doing now.
Yep. It's not going to make it a first down. Because it was 2nd and 11. And they make it back 5, so it'll make it 2nd and 16. They ended up making it 2nd and 1.
2nd and 1. The ball is on the Grand Ledge 46-yard line. 7:45 to go, third quarter. We are tied at 7. Mistakes, mistakes, mistakes. Melville in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers. Hatcher next to him in the gun. LaDon Hatcher. High snap. Fake handoff. Melville's going to take it. First down. 45, 40. Down at the 37-yard line. Taken down there by Preston Bonet. First down, Holt.
Takes it down inside the 40.
They mark him down at the 38-yard line. Gain of 8.
Ball spotted on
He's only done it a couple of times, but the previous 2 times, he also got first downs out of it.
Successful, yes. Clock running. I'm telling you, the pace of play, I think it's favoring Holt.
I agree.
I formation behind Melville. Man goes in motion. Handoff. Hatcher goes left side. Off tackle. 35. Close to a first down. He gets a first down out of bounds. Just off the simple off tackle play, Doc. And there was not too many people out there. Gets chased out of bounds inside the 30. Close to a first down.
He got 9.
No,
actually.
he got 9. Okay. They say he went out of bounds at the 29-yard line.
I think he scooted out of bounds just a little too early.
I think what he was trying to do is get the first down and then get out of bounds. Well, he didn't do that. 6:58 to go. No matter. Good game there. 2nd and 1 from the Grand Ledge 29. See if Holt can cash in the turnover. I formation behind him. I'd run Hatcher again. Man in motion again. Same formation. Handoff Hatcher, this time to the right. Didn't have a heck of a lot of room, but he was able to sneak his way through and get a first down at the 25, maybe the 24. Yep, 24-yard line, gain of 5. And it's 1st and 10 Holt at the Grand Ledge 24.
Eating up more clock, too.
6:38, 6:37 and counting. I formation behind Melville. 3 wide receivers, 2 left, 1 right. They're just there to occupy defensive backs, really. Because they're going to run. Yep, this is a pitch out to Hatcher. Inside the 25, inside the 20, 15. Pushed out of bounds, first down.
Melville pitches to Hatcher. Taken out of bounds by number 19, Caleb Aldridge.
Caleb Aldrich, the kicker, also a defensive back, takes him out of bounds. The ball
right at the 10.
Right at the 10-yard line, 1st and goal, Holt.
So 14 yards on that toss play. He put a little move on the safety. A little inside-out juke. They got him a few extra.
6:20 to go, third quarter. Melville under center. 2 wide receivers left. Extra tight end in the game. Handoff. Hatcher. 10-yard line. No further. He was tripped up in the backfield. Did well just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Safety blitz came in. Yeah, Ashton Delaney.
Ashton Delaney, number 25, was in, tripped him up, and he got some help. No gain on the play. 2nd and goal from the 10. 6 minutes left in the third quarter.
And goal for the Rams.
And they got to go the full 10 yards to get a touchdown. They do have a field goal kicker, Jack Fisher. You can't kick a field goal from here if you don't get any more yardage. I formation. 3 wide receivers, man in motion. Hatcher, the deep back. Now he got a whistle. Nope, there is a flag down. He takes it down into the over between left guard and left tackle. Gets it down close to the 5-yard line, but it's coming back.
An illegal shift. 2 guys moving in motion at the same time.
Tacklers by number 15, Gabe Lopez.
And if you're Grand Ledge, you push him back.
Yep. You take that penalty.
It'll be 2nd and goal from the 15-yard line. 6th penalty of the game on Holt.
That'll back him up 5 yards.
6 penalties for 46 yards unofficially, 3 penalties for 35 yards on Grand Ledge. Clock running, 5:26. This is only the 2nd possession of the second half, folks, and we're more than halfway through the quarter. I formation behind Melville. Fake. Play action pass, throws out to the right, and it's dropped. It is dropped by the wide receiver. Can't quite see who it was.
Manola Williams, number 8.
It was dropped.
They had dual crossers, one underneath, and then Williams was a little bit further deep on that one. And
did reach out, tried to grab it with one hand and couldn't bring it in with one hand. Not the greatest throw in the world there.
Say the pass was a little bit more accurate, but there was a defender there. So the quarterback was trying to put it into a tight window, and it just wasn't quite there. Now, if he had gone underneath, that guy was wide open, but he would have been shorter. Maybe he would not have gotten into the end zone.
3rd down and goal from the 15. They don't get another yard here. It would be a 32-yard field goal, which is a gimme in the pros. Not so much in college, and certainly not a gimme in the high school ranks. Melville in the gun. Rolling out to the right. Looking. Throws it out to the right. Looking for a man deep in the end zone.
Knocked away.
Manola Williams was out there, but there was a Grand Ledge defender as well, and it's knocked away out of bounds, and it's going to be field goal time here for, I believe, Jack Fisher. Ashton Delaney was out there. So with the score tied 7-7, Holt's going to line up for a 32-yard field goal. Ball on the left hash, so it's at an angle. Number 17, Cooper Benson will hold, but number 82, Jack Fisher, will kick. From the left hash, 32-yard field goal to give Holt the lead. Snap is good. The placement down. It is low. It is wide left.
Yep.
No good.
Pushed it left. So another great drive.
Huge stop for Grand Ledge.
Another great drive that ends in no points. Both teams have had those several times.
Mistakes.
Yep.
This time it was a penalty.
Yeah.
And just getting bogged down inside the 10-yard line. Give the credit. Give both defenses credit.
Oh, absolutely.
They're forcing the turnovers. To a degree, they're forcing the mistakes. But still, these are mistakes. If you're an offensive coach, that just drives you nuts. Penalties, turnovers, 3 turnovers for Grand Ledge, 1 for Holt. And all the penalties in this game, 3 for Grand Ledge, 6 for Holt, have hurt both teams. I'd say pretty equally, even though Grand Ledge has committed fewer penalties. And now we got a whistle. Timeout, Grand Ledge. Their first timeout of the half. We'll take one ourselves and come back on the game, 7:30 a.m. WVFN and the Lansing Sports Network.
The game, 7:30 a.m. WVFN.
Brock Palmbos, Erik Doc Love, back here at Grand Ledge High School. Grand Ledge Community Stadium. 5 minutes to go exactly in the third quarter. It's Holt 7, Grand Ledge 7 for the Jack Trophy. Holt just missed a 32-yard field goal, so Grand Ledge puts the ball in play at their own 20-yard line. Man in motion. Here is Baker. Out over the 25, out over the 30. He's got room. 40. He's into Holt territory, pushed out of bounds in Holt territory. There's the huge gain you were looking for for Anthony Baker.
40 yards.
Gain of 40 yards there to the 40-yard line of Holt. Grand Ledge lining up at the 35-yard line. The officials got to him. No. We're at the 40-yard line. Back up, guys. Pistol formation. Williams in the pistol. Handoff. Baker again. There's a hole left side. 35, 30. Inside the 25, the 20. Down to the 15, to the 10. Inside the 10. And he's tripped up at the last moment by number 3, Jamel Island. And we got a whistle and a man down. That's number 9 for Holt, Aaron Zuski. And he's in pain right now. He's face down on the field at the 38-yard line. 4:44 to go, third quarter. We're tied at 7, but Grand Ledge is in business.
They have 72 yards in the last 2 plays by Anthony Baker.
First and goal from the 8.
That would put him over 100 yards rushing in the ball game. He had 11 for 47 and a touchdown in the first half. But then he's tacked on almost 100 yards here in this third quarter. Which is astonishing to think that how have they not scored any points with that many yards?
Excellent crowd here tonight at Grand Ledge. Not a sellout tonight, but a very good crowd here. I was impressed with the crowd at East Lansing last week for Grand Ledge at EL. That was almost a sellout.
Both sides were.
Yeah, which was more surprising for East Lansing because at least in the last 10, 15 years or so, even though they've had good teams, their attendance, their home attendance, hasn't been the greatest. So it's nice to see a big crowd there.
Also nice to see Aaron Zuski get up and jog to his other side, his sideline.
We're thankful for that. Let's hope he's okay. Clock running. Brady Williams in the pistol. Anthony Baker behind him. 2 wide receivers to the left. Handoff. Baker. Nope. It's Williams. He's going to take it. He's going to score. Touchdown. Grand Ledge. Brady Williams from 8 yards out. Faked me out. He faked everybody out except number 2, B.J. Henry for Holt. But he couldn't get there. And Brady Williams takes it in for Grand Ledge. They're up 13-7.
He did not have the angle on it. He also bit just enough on that run by Anthony Baker. The fake to Anthony Baker to allow the quarterback Brady Williams to get to the outside and run it in from 8 yards out.
8-yard touchdown, 13-7. Here's the extra point by Caleb Aldrich. Extra point is up. Hit the upright, bounced through.
Ooh.
Hit the left upright and bounced through. And so with 4:29 to go in the third quarter, it's Grand Ledge 14, Holt 7.
That didn't take too long. 3 plays?
No. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Jeff and Chris Metz and Dowding Industries. Recognizing the effort and commitment these athletes have given to the sport. And good luck to everyone tonight and all season long. These memories will be with you for the rest of your life. We thank Jeff and Chris Metz for sponsoring us tonight and all season long. And Megan Zemer and her great staff at the Lansing Sports Commission. No matter the sport, the Lansing Sports Commission, and they work 24/7, 365, it seems like. The Lansing Sports Commission, they can make your next event your best event. Plan on something greater. Find out details at lansingsports.org. I guess Holt thought that Anthony Baker was going to get the ball of the game. I can't blame him.
Nope.
Perfect time to do a fake. Bootleg out to the right, and he beat the last guy there, which was B.J. Henry, and Brady Williams got his name right for a change. He takes it in from 8 yards out, and Grand Ledge is up 14-7. 4:29 to go, third quarter. And let's see if Holt can respond. Had a great chance to at least get a field goal on the last drive and ended up with nothing.
Both teams have had opportunities in this.
Multiple,
Even though we'd only had 2 possessions before that. Both teams had chances.
Here's the kick by Aldrich. It is high, it is deep, and it is into the end zone. Touchback.
Aldrich's kick goes into the end zone for a touchback. It'll be 1st and 10, Holt Rams on their own 20-yard.
1st and 10 from the 20. Let's see if they go back to that power set, that Panther formation, which is sort of a explain what it is.
Well, I was trying to look it up, the official formation name for it. online because I couldn't even remember what it's really called. I couldn't find a true name for it. It's kind of like a single back formation, but you just bring in a couple of H-backs on the left side or the right side, depending on which way you want them. But it's kind of like a single back formation.
I formation this time. This is a pro set offense with an I formation. 2 wide receivers, and now we got a flag. The fullback moved.
Yep.
Number 48, Seth Holtry, moved. Easy, obvious call. And these penalties really hurting Holt now. That's the 7th penalty tonight for them for 51 yards.
It has not been a clean game for either squad.
No.
Let's put it that way.
14-7, Grand Ledge. First and 15 from the 15. Offset eye to the left. 2 wide receivers. Flanker to the left, split end to the right. Pitch out. Hatcher. Not much there. Great pursuit by Grand Ledge. There isn't much there.
That's because the corner came up.
Preston Bonet was there as well as some others.
And the corner came up and snuffed that one out. We got somebody down for Holt again. We got some leg cramps.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Well, these hot days, hot evenings.
It's not usually this warm.
Not this late in the
It's late in September. It's not. We're nearing the end of the month
and nearing the official end of summer.
Yeah.
Technically, it's still summer, but usually it's cooler. This is above average temperatures, and yes, got to stay hydrated, folks.
Trying to see who it is. I can't quite tell.
Yeah.
They were kind of kneeling at first. And it might be LaDon Hatcher.
If it is, that's a problem. 4:11 to go, third quarter. Grand Ledge up 14-7.
He's had, the bulk of the carries like we expected. And you talked about it earlier in the pregame. He did have a minor injury this week at practice.
Hurt at practice. And remember, they're without Michael Amory, whose right arm is in a sling, and he's out at least this week. He got hurt in practice, and he's out for this week. They don't think he's out for the season, but he's obviously not out there. And it's
a week-to-week situation.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it is Hatcher.
Well, he's going to have to come out for a play.
In the good old race, the Comets placed third.
He's walking a little gingerly.
Yes, he is. He's limping along.
Yeah, not putting a lot of pressure on his left leg. Maybe it's something he can work out, hopefully.
4:11 to go. Third quarter.
Puts a little bit more pressure on the quarterback, Ethan Melville.
Yep, although he has a touchdown pass tonight.
Before heading into championship meets to wrap up the season.
Melville in the gun all by himself. 4 wide receivers, 2 left, 2 to the right. High snap. He's going to throw it out to the right, and it's almost caught, almost intercepted. Michael Williams was out there, was over his head, and the defensive back, number 23, Cooper Parks, was out there. Both had a chance to catch that one, and if Parks would have caught it for GL, it's a pick 6.
Yeah, he would have been able to just walk his way into the end zone almost.
3:57 to go, third quarter. 3rd and 15. Your best running back is out with it was looking like leg cramps. Let's see what they can do. 4 wide receivers, 2 left, 2 right. Melville in the gun all by himself. Drops to throw. Rolling out to the right, buying some time. Feels the pressure, throws it over the middle. It is incomplete. Should have been caught by Michael Williams. Number 25 for Grand Ledge was clapping his hands, Ashton Delaney, because he thought he might have had a chance at an interception.
Yeah, he was coming over the linebacker at the last second. The pass was there. It was right in the hands of where it should have been to the receiver, Michael Williams. And I think maybe he heard footsteps. He knew that the linebacker was coming in.
Possibly.
And he just didn't quite haul it in like he needed to. It would not have been a first down.
No.
But it would have given him the opportunity to progress his way towards it.
Back to punt is Melville. Snap is good. Feeling the pressure, gets the ball away. Ball hits right near midfield, and it's going to go into Grand Ledge territory. A heck of a punt there. Ball down at the Grand Ledge inside the 35-yard line.
Great job of flipping the field.
50-yard punt. No return. They say the 34-yard line, so it's 51 yards on the punt.
Even better if you're Holt.
I guess the nose of the ball's touching the 35, so a 50-yard punt. Nonetheless, that's a big punt there. Easily Ethan Melville's best punt of the game.
Oh, yes. But now the onus is on the Rams defense. They just gave up a touchdown on 3 out of 3 plays last drive.
But on the positive side, hey, we've forced 3 turnovers so far, and now we got a whistle and a flag.
False start?
Going to be a false start.
Yep.
4th penalty of the game on Grand Ledge.
False start on the Comets. That's a 5-yard penalty.
Ball goes back to the 30-yard line, 1st and 15. 3:40 to go, third quarter. Grand Ledge up 14-7 in the game for the Jack Trophy. Pistol formation, Williams. Handoff, fake handoff, Baker. Williams takes it, 40, 45, close to a first down. He pulled the ball back at the last second, Doc, because the defense was converging on Baker, and he took it out of Baker's belly and took it himself, and he got a first down to the 46, 47-yard line. Big gain of 17. Here's Baker, left side, into Holt territory, 45, 43, 42-yard line, probably a first down.
They call that the mesh point. They got to the mesh point, and he decided to pull it back in the last second.
And he only had about a half a second to do it.
Yeah.
Gain of 11 for Grand Ledge on this play for Baker. 1st and 10 at the Holt 42. Williams, handoff Baker, up the middle. He's got a hole. 30-yard line. First down again.
Chunk plays, man. Big chunk plays on these last 2 drives for Grand Ledge.
Holt defense getting tired, Doc?
Maybe.
This offense, hurry-up offense, whistle, timeout. And now Holt's going to take a timeout.
Smart play.
Good timeout there. We'll keep it here. 3:08 to go. Third quarter. This hurry-up offense really messing up Holt now. And probably, like you said, a good timeout. Even though they're behind. Hey, if you don't stop them here, the last 3 minutes don't matter.
You're getting gashed right now.
Yep.
So
good timeout here by Coach Chad Fulk. Both teams 2 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10 from the Holt 30-yard line. Grand Ledge, however, has missed a field goal, and they've committed 3 turnovers tonight, which have stopped drives. If you're Holt, that's what you're telling people.
Yep,
Go ahead.
Exactly. Olivet takes the lead on Ionia. 5:42 left. It's 14-7 Olivet.
We'll have scores from around the mid-Michigan area in the postgame show.
Third quarter, Williamston 31, Fowlerville nothing.
Williamston trying to get to their first win of the season. Who'd have thunk that before the year?
Yeah.
Ball on the near hash mark. 1st and 10 from the Holt 30. Brady Williams in the pistol. Anthony Baker behind him. Power set. An extra tight end is in the game. Only 1 wide receiver. Fake handoff. Williams throws it high and deep. Looking for Bonet. Is it caught? Yes. Touchdown, Grand Ledge. 30 yards. Brady Williams to Preston Bonet. Touchdown, Comets.
There was actually a secondary receiver in that area. Somebody came in late on that play, and him and Preston Bonet were in that same spot. And Bonet went around, found the ball, hauled it in for the touchdown in the back of the end zone. Grand Ledge offense, Comets are rising right now.
30-yard touchdown, and it's 20-7 Grand Ledge. Caleb Aldrich on for the extra point. His last extra point hit the left upright and went through. Snap is good. The placement down. The kick on the way. Looks good. Is good. And so with 3:02 left in the third quarter, it's Grand Ledge 21. Holt 7. We'll keep it right here, Doc. And now we're at a critical point if you're a Holt Ram fan.
You got to get points.
Got to get score.
You got to get points.
You got to get a score. If you'd have made that field goal on the last drive when they had 1st and goal but ended up with a 32-yard field goal, 21-10, okay. all right, you could maybe get a field goal on this drive here, get within 21-13. Now it's 21-7. A field goal really does no good. This is not like the first play or first drive of the third quarter. This is late in the third quarter. You need a touchdown here. Jasavion Taylor is back there for Holt. He's had more problems fielding kickoffs tonight. Fumbled one and then very nearly let one. That was the one that dropped at the 1 yard line and stayed in play, and he had to go back and pick it up. And they got held within inside the 10 yard line, about the 5-6 yard line. Man. 3:02 left, third quarter. 21-7. Grand Ledge over Holt. Caleb Aldrich kicking off. It's high. This one's a little bit short. Does go, is it going to go out? No, Holt's got to take it. Inside the 10 yard line, out to the 15, out to the 20, 25. That's number 15. Bryson DeSmith, who's got the touchdown catch for Holt in the first half. And it's going to be 1st and 10 Holt at the 25 yard line. They were going to let it go out of bounds, Doc, which would have been a penalty, but it wouldn't. It would not go out of bounds. So DeSmith had to pick it up inside the 10 yard line and did a good job getting out to the 25. 2:56 to go, third quarter, 21-7, Grand Ledge.
One more block, you might have been able to spring it.
Ethan Melville.
Hatcher back out there.
Don Hatcher is back in the game. You don't have to completely go away from the run here.
Oh, no, not at all.
Because he's going to get the ball on this play. 25, 29 yard line, gain of 4.
But you want to be a little more, you want to be a little quicker with your play calling.
Not hurry up, but you do need to be a little, you're down 2 scores here. These are 12-minute quarters. Second down and 6. I mean, you can huddle up, but you can be,
You don't want to take as much time as you normally would.
No.
4 yards on the carry, it'll be 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 from the 29.
They are a slower-paced offense generally.
Melville under center. A wing T look here. Wings on either end, 2 wide receivers. Handoff, Hatcher again. Jukes, 30-yard line. 35-yard line. He's got a first down. He got about 6 of those yards himself.
He got all 6 of those yards by himself. Jump cut inside, jump cut outside.
Ashton Delaney on the tackle out to the 36-yard line.
Well, this is going to be spot on the 35-yard line, and that's good for a Holt.
Gain of 7. Needed 6, got 7. 1st and 10, Holt. 2:05 to go third quarter. Go ahead.
Got those shifty moves out there, man.
Nice to see Hatcher back in the game. Yeah, now they're slowing up here. I'm not sure I'm a fan of this.
I understand your defense probably needs a breather.
Yeah,
but you also,
true.
Again, the time is of an essence.
You're not down 1 score. You're down 2 scores. Shotgun formation. Out of the wing T formation. Wide receiver left and right. Hatcher next to him in the gun. Dropping back, Melville throwing high. It's a high, short pass. Caught, no, incomplete. Tried to get it out to Michael Williams.
And the pressure forced him to throw the ball quicker than he wanted
Exactly.
But honestly, ended up not being as bad of a pass as you thought it would be because the defender was playing deeper and the receiver had to try and come back for it, but he just had too much of a distance to come back.
Well, Tigers are going to take a loss tonight. They are down 7-0 to the Orioles. Good news, though, Red Sox lead the Twins 1-0.
Okay.
Excuse me. Melville under center. Handoff, that's Hatcher. 35, 40, 45. He's into Grand Ledge territory, still going. Inside the 45 to the 43. Number 15, Gabe Lopez on the tackle. Ball down at the 43-yard line of GL. Now they're going to a hurry up here. That was 22 yards on that play. Melville under center. Handoff, Hatcher. Left side, more room, inside the 40, inside the 35. He's close to another first down. And it is another first down. Well, if you're going to run the ball down 2 touchdowns, you better get chunk plays, and they have. 10 more yards for Hatcher. Ball at the 32. 1:05 to go, third quarter. Now we got a whistle, and a Grand Ledge player is down. Excuse me.
Once again,
That's number 15, it looks like. Gabe Lopez, who's had a heck of a game defensively tonight.
Yep.
And it looks like, surprise, a cramp.
Mm-hmm. His right leg is cramping up.
1:03 to go, third quarter. Brock Palmbos, Erik Love, glad you're joining us from Grand Ledge Community Field. Grand Ledge and Holt, the battle for the Jack Trophy.
As Brock takes a sip of his athletic sports beverage. Stay hydrated, folks.
I had a hot night tonight. Being helped off is Lopez. Now he's walking kind of normal. He was limping at the start.
Mm-hmm.
They'll get him some
fluids.
Yep. Hopefully he'll be back in there.
Maybe they'll. Sometimes you see him kind of roll it out with some sort of device.
Yeah, the equipment's much better than it used to be. It'll be 1st and 10. Holt at the Grand Ledge 32. Clock running. Down under a minute to go in the third quarter. Melville under center. Handoff, quick handoff. Hatcher inside the 30. Down close to the 25-yard line. That's a straight handoff right up the middle between center and right guard. And he's down to the 25, a gain of 7.
It's a real quick action. Doesn't allow the defense to make
Gain of 6, actually, to the 26. Sorry, Erik.
No, you're good. It doesn't allow the defense to make any sort of reaction towards it.
Down to 30 seconds to go in the quarter. 2nd down and 4. Down to 25 seconds. Probably the last play of the quarter. Melville under center. I just ride Hatcher here again. And they do. And he broke an initial tackle, and he maybe got 1 yard.
Melville calling for the face mask, but the referee says no, it didn't happen.
Down under 10 seconds to go in the quarter, and that's going to be the last play of the third quarter. We've reached the end of 3 quarters of play. It's Grand Ledge 21, Holt 7. Come on back for the 4th. Here on the game, 7:30 a.m. WVFN and the Lansing Sports Network.
WVFN.
Brock Palmbos, Erik Love back at back at Grand Ledge High School. The Holt Rams and the Grand Ledge Comets getting ready to start the 4th quarter. It's going to be 3rd down and 4 from the Grand Ledge 26 for Holt, trailing 21-7.
They've switched sides here.
And as tradition here at Grand Ledge, what song do they play at the end of the third quarter? We can hear it through our microphones. Miley Cyrus's Party in the USA.
10-12 left in regulation. Mason 21, Hazlitt 17. 10:08 left in the third. Yes, still 10:08 left in the third. DeWitt 42, Hurricane 35.
Man, that's going to be 65-62, something like that. All right, big play here for Holt. Handoff, Hatcher inside the 25. He's close to the first down. Going to defend. Let's try that again. Depend on the mark.
He's not going to get it.
He's not going to get a mark. It's going to be 4th down.
Ball is spotted near the line of game.
At the 23-yard line, it's 4th and 1, and no decision here. Go for it.
Might be the quarterback sneak again.
Could be. They did it once before, yeah.
They've done it twice before, actually, and Melville's gotten it both times.
We'll get you an station ID here in just a minute. After this big 4th down play. No decision here. You got to go for it here. You're down two scores. Early 4th quarter. 11:23 left in regulation. Melville. Handoff. Hatcher. And I think he got it with a late lean.
He might have just gotten it, yeah. It's going to depend on the spot. Did he get it?
I don't know.
It might be measured. I think he's a little short.
He might be short.
No.
Oh, they did not get a good spot. It's 4th. It's a stop for Grand Ledge.
Yep.
Did not get a good spot at all, Doc.
They needed a yard, but it was like a yard plus, basically. And he got the yard.
It was, oh, man.
He didn't get the plus. That's tough. I thought it was going to be a QB sneak for sure.
Yeah.
Melville's is taller, obviously, and him being right or center, it's worked out a couple of times, but
11:10 to go in regulation. Grand Ledge up 21-7.
Any type of points might be it.
Yep. Even a field goal might put this game away. Pistol formation. Brady Williams. Handoff. Anthony Baker gets a block. 25, 30. It's going to be a flag. It's coming back. Going to be a hold or something. Now we got a second flag. He's out over the 35 to the 37, but hold everything. This is very likely coming back.
At the moment, it's a 14 to 15-yard run, but
On the stop for the Rams, number 9, Aaron Zuski.
Aaron Zuski on the tackle. Illegal block, Grand Ledge. It's their 5th penalty of the game.
it's not holding, it's blocking the back. At least that's what the motion he made, right?
Yep, illegal block. Be first and I think 20.
The flag is against the
And it is.
block
10-yard
flag,
penalty.
10-yard penalty.
5 penalties for 50 yards tonight on Grand Ledge. 11:01 to go in regulation. As we cross the 9 o'clock hour, I want to let you know you're listening to your trusted source for high school sports coverage. The game, 7:30 a.m., WVFN East Lansing, a Town Square media station. Pistol formation for Brady Williams. Anthony Baker behind him. He's going to fake and take it himself. He's got it over the 15, over the 20, 25, 30, near side, pushed out of bounds, out over the 35, first down. That's what the second or third time, late flag.
This one might be coming back again. So a 25-yard run, but it's coming back. Holding.
Holding?
Yeah, I think it was holding this time.
The flag is on the Comets. The ball is a block in the back.
Oh,
Another
block
block in the back. Okay. Another 10-yard penalty. You push him back. Yep, there's the motion. 10:43 to go, and it's going to be first and 30.
Spotted on the 10-yard line.
Well, not quite.
29.
Ball's at the 10-yard line. They got to get to the 33. First and 23.
Okay, all right.
Spot foul.
Yep.
Okay.
A little further down.
But the clock is running. Yeah, you're right. 10 yards from the spot. 10:33 and counting in regulation. Pistol formation, Williams. Handoff, Baker. Over the 10-yard line, over the 15 to the 16, maybe the 17. And if you're Grand Ledge, you just want to keep running the ball. If you have to punt, no big deal. You got second and a whole bunch here. They do get out to the 17-yard line. It is a gain of 7. Second, 16.
Still gives you an extra down to do something,
Yep.
Obviously.
Yep. Although, do you really want to risk a pass?
No. I'm just saying to do something as far as, maybe pick up a first down.
Yeah. A little bit more makeable. And if you're Grand Ledge, you can take your sweet old time. Under 10 minutes left in regulation. Williams. Handoff. Baker. Left side. He's got a hole over the 20, the 25, and he's chopped down there. And it's going to be a very makeable third down for GL. Out to the 25. Gain of 8. And it's going to be 3rd and 8 from the 25.
I'm okay with a pass here. If you get it, awesome. You get, for the Comets, awesome for them. If you incomplete pass, not that great. But at least, the clock stops at that point. But you can still punt the ball away.
Both teams, remember, have 2 timeouts. They each called a timeout in the third quarter.
You're up 2 scores, so it's okay if you don't get the first down here.
Pistol formation, handoff. Nope, that's Williams again. Out over the 30, and he's just short of the first down.
They played it safe, stayed on the ground.
And it's going to be 4th down, and it's going to be punt. Big stop there. Ball at the 31-yard line. It's going to be 4th and about 2, but it's going to be punt time here for Grand Ledge.
Hatcher made the stop. Ladon, that is.
Nick Terranova back to punt. 8:36, 8:35 and counting.
Jamel Island back for the Rams.
Holt's blocked one punt. It's a low snap. They get it away. Ball bounced, actually. Not a good punt. And a good Holt bounce. The ball is down at the Holt, right at midfield, just about.
Mm-hmm.
Not a good punt. Only 19 yards. It was a low snap, and it just was completely messed up after that.
Yeah, it rolled back to the punter, Terranova, and then a little bit of pressure to his left forced him to kick it real quick.
8:21 left in regulation.
And then, like you said, it took a Holt bounce back towards them.
And it was down right at midfield. Only a 19-yard punt. So, 8:21 to go. Holt down 21-7.
Got to score, and you got to score fairly quickly
Pretty
here.
quickly. Might take LaDon Hatcher's running ability out of the game.
He's in there right now in the shotgun formation.
Holt trying to get everybody lined up. Wing T formation. Melville rolling to the right. Looking, throwing it high and deep to the left. Intercepted.
Yep. Threw it right to him.
Threw it right to the defensive back. That's number 9, Ryan Balser. He's still going out over the 35 to the 37-yard line.
Unfortunately for the Holt Rams, the ball was nowhere near any of their wide receivers.
Second turnover of the game on Holt.
2 interceptions for Melville.
1st and 10, Grand Ledge at the 37. Man, you got good field position. They just can't take advantage of it. So now, if you're GL, grind the clock. Holt only has 2 timeouts left.
Mistakes, man. That's been this game. The story of this ball game has been
Penalties
mistakes.
and turnovers on both teams, really.
Yes.
Handoff, Baker. Out over the 40, 45, breaks another tackle. Gets out to midfield and into Holt territory at the 49-yard line. 1st and 10, Grand Ledge. They're going to mark him down right at midfield, I believe. No matter, 1st down, gain of 13.
Yep, still 13 more yards.
He's got to be getting close to 200 yards.
Possibly. I got a lot of stats to have to add up before I get to that.
7:48 and counting, 4th quarter.
He's had a lot of carries here in the second half.
Yep. 1st and 10 from the 50. Brady Williams in the pistol. 2 wide receivers left. Handoff, Baker, left side. Gets into Holt territory to the 47-yard line, gain of 3. 2nd down and 7. Williams walking over to the sideline, getting the play call from teammate Cooper Parks, who's coming into the game. 7:08 and counting.
Final, Portland 42, Lakewood nothing.
Portland's 4-0. I've got him as the second best team in the area right now behind DeWitt at this point. Pistol formation. Williams fakes, takes it himself. Inside the 45, inside the 40 to the 39-yard line, 1st down. They have been successful tonight at that mesh point that you talk about, Doc. Williams has pulled it back and taken it himself a handful of times, and they have been successful every single time. Gain of 8. Ball at the 39-yard line of Holt. And like you said on the last drive, any points for Grand Ledge, and this game is
finito.
Just about. Pistol formation. Williams. Handoff. Baker. Gets down to the 35-yard line. Gain of 4.
So the Rams are bringing extra players.
Can't blame them.
And it doesn't matter because the offensive line for Grand Ledge is still creating some spaces.
Yeah, they might be taking over the game here.
They're still creating enough of a space for Baker to find somewhere to run through.
6 minutes left in regulation. Holt needs a turnover.
In the worst way.
Well, they forced 3 tonight. $5:45 to go. Pistol formation again. 2 wide receivers left. Handoff. Baker again inside the 35, the 30, 25. 1 man to beat. 20, 15 down inside the 15. The last man got him. Number 3, Jamel Island. But another huge gain for Anthony Baker. Inside the 20, inside the 15. They're going to mark him down at the 12-yard line. 23 more yards. 5:29 to go.
Island with a great tackle to save the touchdown, too. Baker is not an easy man to pull down.
And he's just a sophomore, folks. He played on varsity last year as a freshman. Same formation. 2 wide receivers left, extra tight end, handoff Baker. taken down. He gets to the 10, maybe inside the 10.
Carry again by number 28, Anthony Baker.
They'll mark him down at the 10-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 8 from the 10. They can get a first down inside the 2. But now you're in a position where if you don't get a touchdown or you're not in a position to get a first down, you can kick a field goal and make it a 17-point game.
By the way, that's his jersey number for carries, 28 carries in this ball game.
They have rode him in the second. It's been Brady Williams and Anthony Baker here in the second half.
Just besides 2 big pass plays, one of them a touchdown, and it has just been those 2.
True. Yep.
Preston Bonet's had a couple of big catches. Other than that, it's been Williams and Baker. Uh-oh.
Fake handoff. Williams is going to take it. Yeah, there's a bit of a confusion there, and he gets stopped. Well, he gets a gain of 1, takes it down to the 9-yard line. He did well just to get 1 yard out of it.
There's a broken play. I'm not sure if Williams got to the mesh point and was going to bring it back, or if Baker said, I don't want it. I don't know what happened exactly.
4:07 and counting. 3rd down and 7. .350 and counting. Pistol formation again. Power to the right. Wide receivers to the right. Extra tight end in the game. There's nobody out on the left. Nobody. Williams. Fake. He's going to throw. Throws it out to the right. Caught. Touchdown. Preston Bonet. Touchdown Comets.
9 yards out. Surprised they threw the ball there, Brock?
A little bit. Haven't heard Ja Rule in a while.
No.
9-yard touchdown. It's 27-7. Caleb Aldrich on for the point. It's up. And it's good. So, with 3:32 left in regulation, it's Grand Ledge 28. Holt 7. We'll take 30 and come back on the game, 7:30 a.m. WVFN and the Lansing Sports Network.
Lansing Sports Leader, the game, 7:30 a.m.
Brock Palmbos, Erik Doc Love, back here at Grand Ledge Community Stadium. Grand Ledge has taken a 28-7 lead on a Brady Williams to Preston Bonet 9-yard touchdown pass, and it's all GL right now. They've scored all the points here in the second half. It was a 7-7 game at halftime.
It's been a dominating second half for the Comets. Despite 1 turnover, they still have been all over it.
Brady Williams, Anthony Baker, and Preston Bonet. That's their offense there in the second half.
Yep.
But those are your best players.
Mm-hmm.
You put the ball in the hands of your best players. And the ball will trickle into the kickoff, will trickle into the end zone, and Holt's going to get it here at their own 20.
6:43 left in the third. DeWitt 49, Hurricane 42.
Going to be 65-62, something like that. 63-56. Tigers down 7-0, top of the 8th. However, top 7 at Fenway Park, Twins down 1-0 to the Red Sox. So if that happens, they don't lose any ground.
Nope.
Ethan Melville in the shotgun, dropping to throw, throws it out to the right. That's LaDon Hatcher over the 20 to the 23, maybe the 24-yard line. Pushed back there on the far side. Can't quite tell who was out there. That might be Gabe Lopez, number 15. He's back in the game.
Just a 4-yard gain.
Lavelle Jones Simpson also in on the tackle. He was the kid that got hurt in the long delay we had last week. Yeah. 2:54 and counting. 2nd and 6 from the 24. It was a gain of 4. Melville in the shotgun. Dropping to throw. fakes a forward pass, and now he's going to take it himself and gets out of bounds. Not much of a gain, if any. Might be a loss.
I think it was a broken play. I don't think guys didn't know exactly what they were supposed to do. Melville came up and talked to the receivers over there on the right side, and then they didn't do what he wanted. They lost 1 yard.
It will go down as a sack, actually. Cooper Parks, 1 yard loss. 3rd down and 7. 2:37 left.
3rd down and 7 for the Rams.
Shotgun formation, Melville. Hatcher next to him. 3 wide receivers, 2 left, 1 to the right. Rolling left, avoiding the pressure, feeling the pressure, throws it out there. It's caught over the 30-yard line. Pushed back there is number 80, Chase Boomershine Crum, but it's a first down.
It's his second catch of the game.
They're going to wait, and I got a Grand Ledge player down. And now what do we got here?
We got another leg cramp.
Yeah, Crum's got to come out of the game. His helmet came off. And are they going to say that it's
a first down, right?
Yeah, it's a first down.
Yep, okay.
Both teams acting like he needed to get to the 30. That's exactly where he got. The ball's going to be on the near hash here with 2:28 to go. Clock running. And Holt's huddling back behind their 20-yard line at the opposite side of the field. Now they hustle up to the line. Clock running, 2:14 and counting. Melville under center. Handoff, Hatcher. Over the 30 to the 31, maybe the 32. Still running hard, LaDon Hatcher.
Mm-hmm.
Battled some leg cramps earlier in this game. Under 2 minutes to go. It is a gain of 2.
I think Holt's just going to content to just try and run a couple plays, and that's it.
It's like they're waving the white flag here. We're down to 90 seconds to go. Melville in the gun. Hatcher next to him. Dropping to throw is Melville. Rolling out to the right. Throws it out to the right. It's caught out over the 35 to the 36, out of bounds.
Number 8.
Manolo Williams to the 37. Gain of 5, and it'll be 3rd and 3. Minute 17 to go.
Ball spotted at the 37-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd and 3.
2 downs to make 3 yards.
Grand Ledge rotating in some backup players.
Getting some backup players. Grand Ledge's backup quarterback also warming up. Dropping to throw. Melville rolling to the left. Feeling some pressure. Throws it out there. It's caught. That's Manolo Williams taken down there, and we'll see on the mark whether it's a first down or not. And I'm not sure. It's going to be 4th, I believe.
Yeah. I think you only got 2.
4th and 1 from the 39. We're under a minute to go.
Ball spotted on the 39-yard line. That'll bring up 4th and 1 for the Rams.
$45 seconds to go. Grand Ledge getting more backup players in the game. 35 seconds to go. And now it looks like Hatcher's out of the game. Melville under center. He's got a backup running back in there. Now we got a whistle and we got a flag.
Flag on the play.
False start.
False start on the Rams.
26 seconds to go. That's the 8th penalty of the game.
And they brought in number 30, Logan Cipher, to run the ball.
Be 4th and 6.
On the 33-yard line.
They will have to run another play, as after a penalty, the clock resets to 25 seconds. But this may be the last play of the game. Dropping to throw is Melville. Throws it out to the right. It's caught. Williams, 35, 39-yard line. He's short.
Pass is complete to number 8, Williams.
And it's going to turn over on downs, Doc. And that's the end of the game. That is the end of the ball game. Grand Ledge wins it tonight, 28-7, and they retain the Jack Rarick Memorial Trophy. Grand Ledge wins it 28-7. They're now 3-1 on the season, 1-1 in the CAAC Blue. Holt falls to 2-2 overall. They're 0-1 in league play. We'll take a timeout and we will come back. We'll have post-game stats and analysis. We've got this word from Dowding Industries and also This Week in High School Sports with John Ross.
4 decades calling high school sports on the radio, and more kids than ever are playing high school sports. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. For the last 40 years, listeners to Sheboygan football games on WCBY have heard the same voice.
Mike Grisdale tonight, a very sunny evening here at Western Avenue.
Mike Grisdale has been on the air calling games for Sheboygan since 1985, and on Friday, September 13th, Sheboygan named its press box after Grisdale. In addition to football, he's called nearly 1,000 Sheboygan basketball games as well. And the game he called after having the press box named for him turned out to be quite a thriller. Elk Rapids took a 23-0 lead over Sheboygan before the Chiefs scored 30 straight points to win.
And that'll do it. Chiefs come back from 23 down, and they are going nuts on the near sideline.
Adam Burry, a little bit of spirit there to him. Awesome. Great for these guys.
Final score, Sheboygan 30. Elk Rapids 23. The Chiefs go 2-1.
That comes courtesy of WCBY. Nate King is Grisdale's broadcast partner. Subscribers to the NFHS network can also hear Grisdale's Call of Sheboygan games. Just go to NFHSnetwork.com. And for more on Grisdale's story, please check out MHSAA.com. It's time for Game Balls, when we highlight a trio of standout performances from the past week. First, Manchester's Jesse Sangster. He scored 4 times in a 5-1 win over Leslie and is now the all-time leading soccer scorer at Manchester with 94 career goals. Big Rapids tennis player Ari Ziska, he won his 103rd individual match against Vicksburg, making him the school's all-time leader. And at Union City's Gracie Phelps. She had 86 assists, 11 kills, and 36 digs during the Charger Classic, helping lead Union City to a tournament title.
Have a recent high school grad? They could qualify for a tuition-free skill certificate or associate degree through the new Community College Guarantee, no matter their GPA or your household income. Or if your child plans to attend a 4-year university or career school, the Michigan Achievement Scholarship Program has them covered. They could get up to $27,500 toward a bachelor's degree or up to $4,000 for career training. Complete the FAFSA to get started at mi.gov/achievement.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with registered official Paige Winnie.
In volleyball, a libero is a defensive player who plays in the back row. It's a fairly new position as it was introduced in 1998, and the libero plays by some unique rules. The libero wears a different color jersey from the rest of the team, so they are easily identifiable. Only one libero can be designated for each set of a match. The libero can serve, but cannot perform an overhead set in the front of the attack line or complete an attack if the ball is above the net. The libero is never allowed to rotate to the front line. The libero is the first line of defense, often passing to the setter and covering open spaces. The libero can be replaced without restriction, but in the event of an injury, can only be replaced by the player the libero originally replaced.
Thanks, Paige. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, please go to the MHSAA website now to register. Participation in Michigan high school sports continues to rank among the best in the nation, despite declining student enrollment. That's according to the annual participation study by the National Federation of State High School Associations. Overall, Michigan ranks 8th nationally with nearly 290,000 total participants. The total counts students for each sport played, meaning students who are multiple sport athletes are counted more than once. This outpaces Michigan's national rank in high school-age population, which is 10th. Nationwide, participation topped 8 million for the first time ever. For the boys' sports, Michigan ranks 7th overall, with boys bowling leading the nation in participation. Skiing is 3rd, boys golf and ice hockey are both 4th. On the girls' side, Michigan ranks 8th overall, with bowling, skiing, golf, and tennis all coming in 3rd for their respective sports. More than 35,000 students in Michigan play football. That's the most of all sports in the state. For more on participation, including the benefits of playing multiple sports, please visit MHSAA.com. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross. We'll be back next week.
Lansing Sports Station, The Game, 7:30 a.m.
Brock Palmbos, Erik Love back here at Grand Ledge High School. The Comets of Grand Ledge are now 3-1 on the season. They retained the Jack Rurick Memorial Trophy and beat their arch rivals from Holt 28-7 tonight. Tonight's broadcast brought to you in part all season long, as well as tonight, by Jeff and Chris Metz and Dowding Industries. Always interested in individuals that have the drive and desire to be successful in work and in life. Check them out at dowdingindustries.com. You may find a successful future here. And by Megan Zemer and her great staff at the Lansing Sports Commission. No matter the sport, the Lansing Sports Commission can make your next event your best event. Plan on something greater. Find out details at lansingsports.org. Let's take a look at the scoring summary in this game. Grand Ledge got on the board first on their first drive of the game. Had a really good sustained drive after a Holt 3-and-out. Grand Ledge takes it down the field, and sophomore running back Anthony Baker, 15-yard touchdown run. Extra point by Caleb Aldrich Good, and it was 7-0 Grand Ledge at the 8:10 mark of the first quarter. Nobody scored until late in the second quarter. That's when Ethan Melville, the Holt quarterback, threw a 20-yard, really stunned both of us, with a 20-yard touchdown pass to Bryson DeSmith. And I don't mean that disrespectfully. I mean that because Holt was riding LaDon Hatcher in the first half and hadn't thrown the ball all that successfully. But Melville was able to get it to Bryson DeSmith, and the extra point by Jack Fisher was good, and it was 7-7 at that point. Grand Ledge had an opportunity to score right at the end of the first half, but they missed a field goal. They missed a 40-yard field goal right at the end of the first half, and it was 7-7 at that point. But in the second half, well, it was all Grand Ledge. Brady Williams on a bootleg late in the third quarter, 8-yard touchdown. He faked to Anthony Baker, took it out to the right, got it into the end zone. Extra point by Caleb Aldrich was good at the 4:29 mark of the third quarter, and it was 14-7 Grand Ledge. Grand Ledge got the ball right back after that. Brady Williams threw the first of 2 touchdown passes to Preston Bonet. A 30-yard touchdown pass. Extra point was good. This after a Grand Ledge stopped Holt on the 4th down. Extra point by Aldrich Good, 21-7 at that point. And that was a score at the end of the third quarter of play. And then Grand Ledge really finished off the scoring and put this game away out of reach on a Brady Williams to Preston Bonet 9-yard touchdown pass. Extra point by Caleb Aldrich Good. That came at 3:32 to go in the fourth quarter. Extra point good. And it was 28-7 Grand Ledge, and that was the final score in this game. Turnovers and penalties a factor for both teams. Grand Ledge committed 3 turnovers tonight. They won't be happy with that. Also 6 penalties for 60 yards, some unsportsmanlike conduct penalties as well. They won't be happy with that. But they were able to overcome that and win tonight. As far as Holt goes, 8 penalties for 56 yards. They had 2 turnovers tonight, and each of them was a factor. When Holt got the ball down 21-7, they had the ball at midfield. What they happened on the first play from scrimmage, threw an interception, and then Grand Ledge took control of the game after that. And it was 3 guys for Grand Ledge, especially in the second half. Quarterback Brady Williams, running back Anthony Baker, and then Preston Bonet with 2 touchdown catches.
Yeah, those guys will lead the stats here in the win for the Comets. 446 total yards for Grand Ledge. They put up nearly 300 in that second half alone because they only had 142 going into half. 298 rushing, but most of those,
bless you,
going to Anthony Baker. 28 carries, 225 yards, 1 touchdown. Did have 1 fumble.
225?
225.
Yeah, that's about right.
His second 200-plus yard game of the season. He had 226 in Week 1 against Holland West Ottawa. So
which is a great comeback win for them.
Yep. So he's been over 100 yards every single time.
Down by 3 touchdowns in that game.
This season, yep.
Down by 3. They were down 33-13 at the start of the fourth quarter. Came back and won it on a Caleb Aldrich field goal on literally the last play of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't need to do that tonight, although it looked like it was going to be a close game, but then Grand Ledge simply the better team in the second half.
Yep. Brady Williams ends up going 7 for 11 for 148, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. Did have a rush touchdown as well.
Yes.
So a couple, 2 picks again this week like he did last week.
But overcame his mistakes and made some plays. Give credit for that.
Preston Bonet, 5 catches for 112 and 2 touchdowns.
He's really good.
He is. He just goes out there and makes plays at receiver too, and it just that's that extra receiver that you need. They got Baker. They got Baker, the running back.
Yep.
They needed a receiver, a top tier guy, and that's Bonet.
And again, Anthony Baker. He's a sophomore. He's a 10th grader, folks.
Yeah.
He's played and started a lot as a freshman last year as a 9th grader.
For Holt in the loss, as we finish up the stats here, Holt in the loss, 289 total, 157 rushing. LaDon Hatcher, 27 carries, 145 yards. Ethan Melville, 10 for 21, 132, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions in this one. So both quarterbacks threw a couple of picks, but Melville made a couple of passes that maybe receivers should have caught, and then other passes that were just awry and or too far out there. Hatcher, another good ball game, but the offense just isn't there.
How many yards did he have again?
He had 145, so he had a good game.
Very good game.
On 27 carries, but then get into the end zone.
Yeah.
And the offense sputtered at times when they get down inside the 20-yard line in that red zone and just were unable to get points out of it and capitalize. And that's been issues for them. Last year was a huge problem for them scoring-wise. They just couldn't get into the end zone. They scored 121 points all last year. They've had 65 coming into this ball game, so they had 7 more onto that.
Yeah.
So you're up to 72. But in this ball game, needed a little bit more defense and obviously some more points.
Grand Ledge wins it tonight, 28-7. They're now 3-1 overall, 1-1 in league play. Holt drops to 2-2 on the season, and they are 0-1 in the league. We'll take a timeout, and we will come back. We'll get to scores from around the Mid-Michigan area, and we'll give you. I'm looking for the Week 5 schedule for both of these teams. Hang on a second here. Hey, this is live radio. This happens sometimes. Grand Ledge hosts Waverly, West Side rival, bitter rivals there. Holt will host Okemos this week, so Holt will have a chance to rebound and maybe get to 3-2 on the season with a win. Grand Ledge will be I'll be playing right here at Community Stadium against another one of their arch rivals, the Waverly Warriors. In an athletic sense, they don't like each other either.
Exactly.
So Grand Ledge looking to get to 4-1. Coming up on the other side of our last break, we will get scores from around the Mid-Michigan area, and we'll give you an update on the Detroit Tigers as well. It's a final in Baltimore. We'll tell you all about that and update their situation. On the other side of our final break, you're listening to your trusted source for high school sports coverage, the game 730 AM WVFN and the Lansing Sports Network.
WVFN.
Brock Palmbos, Erik Doc Love, back with you one final time from Grand Ledge High School. Grand Ledge beats Holt tonight, 56. No, that's not right. I'm getting confused. I'm already looking ahead to the DeWitt score.
Yeah.
It's Grand Ledge 28, Holt 7.
Let's not jump ahead. Let's not go to a different game yet, Brock.
No, not quite yet. 28-7. Grand Ledge wins at their 3-1 on the season. They are at home next week against Waverly. Holt is 2-2 on the season. They host Okemos next week. All right, let's get to the scores.
Speaking of 56,
yeah,
you want to tell people, or you want me to do it?
Hurricane has scored on an 88-yard pass play early in the fourth quarter. DeWitt 56. Hurricane of West Virginia 56. I also have this. Start of the fourth quarter, Leslie leading Michigan Center 26-18. That game was delayed for quite a bit because of an injury on one of Michigan Center's players.
There's a game in overtime right now.
Go.
It would be between Mason and Hazlitt because Colin Winters hit a game-tying field goal as time expired for the Bulldogs to send it to overtime. Hazlitt got the ball first. They missed the field goal. So it went off the post.
Off the upright.
Yep. It's a final. Mason 30, Hazlitt 24. Gavin Van Kirk, game-winning touchdown run.
Huge win. That's a huge win for Mason. Absolutely huge win. So they're now 3-1 on the season.
Final. Williamson gets their first win of the year. The Hornets knock off the Gladiators of Fowlerville 38-14.
What was that other score we had from Portland and Lakewood? It was what, 42?
It was the final 42-0. Portland won.
So Portland is now 4-0 on the season. And they are, they are powerful. They just run that. They run that wing tee. They run variations of the wing tee, and they are successful with it. But they've got a good quarterback in Dominic Navarra and a terrific wide receiver in Chris Batley. They can throw the ball.
Yeah, guys that have been on the roster for varsity for a couple years now. Final in the CMAC, PW 47, Dansville nothing. So Pirates ring the bell again.
Collision course, PW at Fowler here in Week 6. One of the games we are looking at, actually. Possibly.
Yep. A couple weeks down the road. Let's keep scrolling, see if I can find any more. I'm about half an hour out now. Oh, final, Lansing Catholic 58, Eaton Rapids 3.
It's been a struggle for Eaton Rapids ever since Mike Smith left there. Big win for Catholic.
Olivet gets a win. They beat Ionia 14-7.
That is a very good win for Olivet. Keeps them in the CAAC white race.
And I think that might be it, unless I got a refresh here.
And Lansing Catholic's not out of that race yet either.
Nope.
They both got to play Charlotte, and then Portland's got to play Catholic yet. That's at Lansing Catholic.
Let's see if I can find the Everett and Waverly score.
Everett, team that's trying to get to 4-0 on the season.
Of course, when I search for Waverly, there's a bunch of Waverly teams out there.
Yeah.
And when I search for Everett, anything else that's Everett pops up.
Exactly. A lot of Everetts out there.
No good on that one. Let's see if I can find that St. John's Lansing Eastern score.
Yeah, it was a game that started at 6 o'clock. Not so good news for Detroit Tigers fans.
Nope.
They were beaten tonight 7-1 by the Baltimore Orioles. One of the teams that's ahead of them, the Kansas City Royals, are trailing the San Francisco Giants in Kansas City 2-0 in the 6th inning, and more immediately, the Minnesota Twins and Boston Red Sox are tied at 1 in the 8th inning. Top of the 8th, that's at Fenway Park.
And we Tigers fans need the Twins to lose that game.
They need the Twins. They need most immediately the Twins to lose, and if the Royals lose, that's okay too. They're only 2 games behind them, with now 8 games to go.
11:54 left in regulation. Leslie 26, Michigan Center 25.
Oh, so they scored.
Yep, Michigan Center just scored. I ain't got anything else, though. I couldn't find any more scores for you.
Let's see here.
I did some searching, and it resulted in nothing.
Not a whole heck of a lot?
Nope.
Other than what we just gave you. Well, Doc, your thoughts here on this game tonight. 7-7 tie right at the end of halftime. I'm thinking it's going to go right down to the wire.
Yep.
And we thought so till late in the third quarter, and then Grand Ledge kind of just took over. They rode their 3 best players. Brady Williams wasn't perfect tonight, threw a couple of interceptions. But he made the plays he had to make. An 8-yard bootleg touchdown at the late in the third quarter, and then threw 2 touchdown passes to Preston Bonet. And Anthony Baker just ran wild, over 200 yards tonight. Yeah, those are the 3 best players, and they won the game for him.
Baker picked up all the yards on the ground that they needed to, and then you're right, Williams was able to get them into the end zone for a couple of touchdowns. 1 on the ground, 1 through the air, and the offense is good. The defense it can make some plays for you as well. It just comes down to execution and not turning the ball over and not having penalties.
Once again, the
misplays.
Grand Ledge had 3 turnovers tonight and 6 penalties for 60 yards, and that hurt them tonight. Holt had 2 turnovers tonight and 8 penalties for 56 yards, and those hurt them tonight.
You're lucky to win a ball game and lose the turnover battle at the same time, because Holt had 2 turnovers and Grand Ledge had 3. So a lot of times it helps when you're at home, but it still doesn't help you overall, and it does not happen that often where you have more turnovers than your opponent and you still win the ball game. And for the Rams, it really just comes down to they need an extra playmaker out there for them. Michael Amory, probably missing him would be a part of it. He's a big receiver for that team. LaDon Hatcher is there. He's solid. He's a great running back. He can move all around. He
had a good ball game tonight.
He's tough to tackle. And, very scatterbug out there, whatever you want to call it. And but they just don't have the weapons otherwise offensively to get things done. The defense can make some plays for you, and they did get a couple of picks in this one and force a fumble as well. But it just comes down to they just need a little bit more offense from somewhere else.
Grand Ledge wins it over Holt tonight, 28-7. We will be at East Lansing High School next week. DeWitt at East Lansing, two of the best teams in the area, arguably the two best teams in the area, although Portland will have something to say about that.
Yep.
We'll hit the airwaves at 6 o'clock with the pregame show, interviews with both coaches, and then Eric, you and I will be out at Lynn C. Adams Stadium just before 7 o'clock for that one tonight.
Assuming that DeWitt's done playing this ball game against Hurricane by then.
56 all with 11 minutes to go. Want to thank our great sponsors one more time. Dowding Industries, Jeff and Chris Metz. If you're wondering what your future holds and you're not going to college, you found out college isn't for you, check out the future that skilled trades can offer you. You'll be surprised. Check them out at dowdingindustries.com. And by the Lansing Sports Commission, Megan Zemer and her great staff. No matter the sport, the Lansing Sports Commission can make your next event your best event. Plan on something greater. Find out details at lansingsports.org. That's going to do it for us here from Grand Ledge High School. For my broadcast partner, Erik Doc Love, I'm Brock Palmbos. Thank you for listening tonight. You've been listening to your trusted source for high school sports coverage. The game, 7:30 a.m. WVFN and the Lansing Sports Network. Again, the final score. The Grand Ledge Comets, 28. The Holt Rams, 7. We will talk to you next week from Lynn C. Adams Stadium at East Lansing High School for DeWitt at East Lansing. Have a great night, everyone. So long, everybody.